Last we left off, the party had found themselves on the Dauntless, Priest's latest and greatest military technology, a massive galleon-style ship capable of flight. The party had secretly boarded the ship in the dead of night to rescue their friend and ally, Colonel Ramson Willows, now known as Boone, whose possibly wrongful arrest they had witnessed not a day ago. They had ducked into the inner decks of the ship, tentatively opened several doors, choked a man to death in his sleep, snuck past the Shield of Priest himself, and found themselves closing in on Colonel Willows after a couple of close calls with Pretian soldiers. Dorn invisibly led the party deeper into the ship, sneaking past several guards in what appeared to be some sort of mess hall, guided by Bess's spell that had ostensibly located Willows, or Boone. Rounding a corner and passing several pink, fluffy chairs, the party found themselves face to face with two heavily armored guards in a small, airtight metal room that seemed to be Willows' holding cell. The party investigated the strange locking mechanism on Willows' cell, invisibly, and struggled to find a way to complete their rescue mission without any further bloodshed. The situation was further complicated when Bess ascertained that the only concrete way of opening Willows' cell was via a strange key-like mechanism in the possession of Silvar Hager himself, the Shield of Priests, who they had already slipped by, barely.
Oh? No, I'm kidding.
Then one of the
Not
two
anymore.
heavily armored guards opened the next door behind him and looked as though he were taking inventory of something in the next room, leaving his weapon behind. Six, very immediately, jumped at this opportunity and followed, barely slipping past the second guard and finding that the first was taking inventory of a large payload of explosives. It dawned on the entire party that this ship was in fact a bomber, and via several clues they had picked up along the way, they surmised its intentions. The Dauntless was here to wipe out everything in Direwood: the rats, the New Republic, Shinebright, the church, clean slate. The party sprung into action together, foregoing their invisibility. Six had laid into the unarmed guard with extreme prejudice. Alistair grabbed the other guard's forehead and wished him farewell as he melted his mind with a powerful spell. Bess finished off the guard Six was laying into with a well-controlled splash of water, drowning him where he stood, and Doran cast a wall of force, seemingly sealing off the area the party was now fully visible in. With 10 minutes on the clock, the party got to work getting Willows out. Running through several options, they eventually together superheated and cooled the metal door, making the hinges brittle and easily broken. Willows emerged and was quickly convinced of what had to be done next. The party had already laid the groundwork, meticulously placing bombs for maximum effect. Alistair cast Magnificent Mansion as Doran deceived an incoming guard, and with a final passphrase activated a glyph that would start a chain reaction explosion of magnificent magnitude. The rest of the party watched Doran barely leap backward in time as an intense blast rocked the Dauntless, the party safely stowed in an extra-dimensional mansion.
I'm using that as a band named Rock the Dauntless.
Rock the Dauntless. It's pretty good.
It's fucking epic.
It's pretty good. Via arcane means, Doran watched as the incredible ship with 19 occupants was reduced to burning rubble and ash. The party took some time to speak with Willows, attempting to comfort him into his new life he'd have to live, and coming up with a plan to move forward and escape the rubble unseen. Eventually, they did just that, making their way back to Shinebright, where they put Willows, or Boone now, to work as a carpenter, while they convened with Samael, learning what they could about the Society of the One, which secretly led priests from underground, which they had some suspicions was behind the Dauntless' intentions. Confident they had bought ample time for themselves, the party came up with their next few steps. First, they messaged Hunar, informing him of the explosion of the Dauntless and offering their help, attempting to add credibility to their story that they had nothing to do with it and that everyone aboard the ship, including Willows, was probably dead. Next, they would send cloaked rangers to the wreckage to offer their aid in cleanup and search and rescue. Then they would write up a full and detailed report to send to Pretian officials, hopefully further solidifying their place as mere bystanders who were hoping they could help. Finally, they would set out for the secret tunnels of the New Republic, hopefully finding the Queen and a couple of their friends, hopefully taking a large step toward the end of this mess as they did so. So, Bronze Toads, you've sent your message to Hunar. Sending several rangers is easy enough, unless you want to give them very specific instructions. And getting a report via Beast Rider to Priest should also be fairly easily done, as you could just send it with the Cloaked Rangers to the Pretian outpost. Are there any specifics pertaining to those actions you guys want to specify before we move on? So basically, you sent a message to Hunar, letting him know what happened. He freaked the fuck out, and now the Pretians back in Priest are aware, and you would plan to send some cloaked rangers to help and send a report of some kind to the Pretians. That's all fairly easily done, and we can kind of just move past that if we'd like, because it'd probably bog down the game unnecessarily, especially since we have to end. We have to be careful to not go late tonight. So we can sweep past that, or if there's any specifics you guys want.
I think the only specific I can think of is to let the cloaked rangers who are heading there to say we saw the flash, like the bronze toads noticed it early in the morning, like when it happened. Well, like we know when it happened up there, but we noticed it from Shine Bright, and that's when we started spreading word. Kind of helped cement the fact that we were here. We were in Shine Bright.
So you write up this little report of what you saw and what you're gonna do to help, but you're gonna throw in details in there to try to inconspicuously mention, like, hey, we weren't there.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's writing this?
Oh, shit, I guess that would probably be me, wouldn't it? I'm the best at this type of thing.
Then I'm gonna give you advantage because, like, I imagine the whole party's kind of helping with this. You're gonna make a deception check for this letter.
I'll take the 29.
Yeah, you're going to take a 29. Okay. So Doran writes out a very convincing story, adding some details that are, like, kind of mildly embarrassing for him. Like, oh, I was in the middle of taking a shit and I saw that, like, maybe not that exactly, but he adds some details that are, like, just odd or unique or different enough that it's very credible. He kind of puts together the story of exactly what was happening, what you guys know or, are pretending to know, what you're doing to help. You guys are able to easily seal this letter and send it with some cloaked rangers. Samael will gladly orchestrate for you, sending a small squad of cloaked rangers over to aid the Pretians in the cleanup or search and rescue, and they can bring the letter and have a beast rider bring it to Priest, presumably.
Yeah. I would ornate the squad going there, the squid squad.
All right.
And that'd be about what I do, and then I head back to talk to 6.
Okay. I presume you guys are kind of all... Here's the thing. It is, by the time you're done with all that, you've returned to Shine Bright, and you've talked things over with Sam, got this letter going, and the Cloaked Rangers going out. It is probably about 10 a.m. by now. You guys have been up since very, very late, really. So I imagine you guys are all probably resting, maybe having breakfast or something together, unless you wanted to pull 6 aside.
No, I talked to him in front of everyone else.
So, Doran, after sending the Cloaked Rangers out, go ahead.
Well, so from what we were heading to explore the tunnels, correct?
Correct.
Now, I think I have a specific tunnel I think we should explore.
Okay.
And 6, you've shown quite an interest in this tunnel.
Yes, which one?
The ones in the church.
Ah, yes. I would like to know what's down there.
Because my thought is if they do connect... Okay. As far as we might know, the New Republic, a lot of the people might be trying to kill us on sight.
True.
So, we sneak in a back way, which would be through the church tunnels. We can have a place to sleep there, because we're all exhausted. I can drop off some things, so I'm not carrying around way more gold than I need to carry around. And I think it'll just...
you don't have to just take some of that off your hands.
I will give Bess 50 gold without hesitation.
She jokes and then, like, eyes wide as you just give her 50.
Yep, and just keep talking. I can drop off things I've been carrying around waiting to get back to the church. Hello, Jelly Bean.
I'm going to start stacking the gold on top of Alistair's head, please.
What is a jelly bean?
Alistair?
I will stay extremely still.
That was my question. Okay, Alistair, make a dexterity check, and Bess, make a sleight of hand check.
Dex check so she can stack gold on your head. I'm into this.
Dex check to stand perfectly still. Okay, we got an 11 and a 14. Oh boy. Okay, so Bess, as Doran is kind of trying to convince.
Okay, hold on. How tall is Bess?
Oh, she's like 5'2". She's really short, isn't she?
Like 5'1", yeah.
Isn't Alistair like 6 foot?
I'm 6 foot, yeah.
She's a shorty. Come on.
Okay. So, Alistair, you sit down, and while Doran is explaining just to Six what he wants to do, Alistair,
ignoring me.
yeah, and you guys are listening, but Bess just takes the gold Doran gave and stacks 1, and Alistair immediately goes like, "Oh, okay," and sits perfectly still. 2, 3.
I hate how
4.
clean Six's camera is. Just how fluid his motion is. The
He's got the good
resolution
stuff.
is just unbelievable.
Bess,
Like, I can see like 4 of my hand.
you get to 11 when you stack one more and the pile starts to tilt, and then Alistair kind of like tries to very slightly move to adjust, and it just crashes all onto the ground.
I pick up the gold.
Yeah. In the middle of door and be like, so 6, if we go there.
I look over and go. I look back and say,
Sorry.
I'm not giving her that much ever again in one helping. Her
I give
allowance-
it back to Doran.
The 11 or the 50?
The 50.
Just give all the gold back.
I just go, okay, and I'll take it back.
Dawn,
All
if
right.
you don't want it, I'll take it. I mean, I have no issues taking it.
I kind of look at Alistair and go, from what I've gathered, you know how to get gold your own ways.
That's true, but it never hurts to have more.
Correct, but this is church funds, and I can't realistically justify giving church funds to.
To you, Alistair.
Yeah.
I nod my head and I go, fair enough. I agree.
Like, you can see Doran battling with how to phrase it without being mean, as it just goes to you. Right. And he's like, no offense.
Oh no, none taken. I wasn't expecting anything.
All right. How long of a walk is it to the church?
The church from your current location, which is Shinebright, it's a bit of a walk. Let me see here. We can go over here. Let's use our handy dandy measuring tool. It would be approximately, let's see, about 13 miles-ish as the crow
Give you a
flies.
handy.
Approximately
Ooh.
like 4 hours, maybe. It's a bit of a
Okay.
walk, a little bit of a hike.
So we walk there, and then we can rest. You know, I can get us beds for the night. And then we can explore the tunnels in the morning. That sounds amicable.
It sounds amicable and logical.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay,
Right?
so that's the plan. Are you guys gonna head out right away, or?
If we head out right away, would we get like exhausted, or do we have enough time for more resting for a few hours and writing up the paper that we can probably make that 4-hour journey?
I mean, you certainly have time. It's still it's like 10 a.m. So you could spend a few more hours in Shinebright relaxing, go for your walk, and then kind of chill at the Church of the Rock for the night, get a long rest, and start the next day.
Do I know when we normally have assemblies, or has no one educated me on that?
I believe you did.
You're in charge, dude.
Yeah. Firstly, you're in charge. Secondly, you did not get that the last time you left. The church, being under new management, is probably under, you would know, sort of in disarray just a little bit. And so you don't know how your leaders there have handled that.
I would like to leave as soon as possible.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Someone go say goodbye to Boone for me. I'm going to go gather up some things.
Okay.
All right. I'll go say
I
goodbye,
want
Boone.
to update Sam with where we're going, what we're doing.
Easily done. Yeah. He thanks you for letting him know and assures you that he's got things covered here.
Okay.
Copy that.
All right.
No, my memory is super fuzzy, mostly because this was eons ago. Where is Pettifer?
Pettifer is about
Is
in
he there?
Shinebright. Yeah, he's in Shinebright.
Okay, I would like to go talk to him.
Certainly. Okay, so yeah, you can find Pettifer. He seems to have kind of, in trying to learn carpentry, he's built himself like a little private shack. It's not very great. It's a little small, but like he has his own little space. You can find him there. He looks like he's currently cooking up a lunch of some kind.
Ruined a lot of lives.
Have you been contacted by the Queen by any chance?
Ah! He looks back as you're just like in his doorway. Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't have knocked.
yeah. He's just. Good to see you as well. What? Sorry, I'm a little on edge. I still am anticipating the Queen coming and killing me at any moment.
So you haven't heard anything?
About what now?
No, just have you heard anything from her at all?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Should I have? He looks really
I don't-
concerned.
I mean, shit. She has my dad.
I'm.
I don't know. I just figured that since you were in, the same area as her, and you guys had kind of a standoffish nature, she might have sent more things your way. But if not, no problem.
Since you and your friends foiled my plot to overthrow her, and I have gone into hiding here, I have tried to lay as low as possible. So
Good. Keep doing that.
he nods kind of nervously. Have a good one. And he turns back
You
around
too.
and like stirs a pot.
I'll make my way out.
All right. Was there anything you guys wanted to say to Boone specifically, or were you?
Does he have a table in there?
Yeah, he has a little square
I'd
table
throw
in the
2
corner.
gold on there.
On a Pettifer's table?
Yeah.
He looks really confused but grateful, and he like opens his mouth to say something as you coolly walk away.
Always pay the messenger.
I would like to walk around Shinebright by myself, and okay, people in Shinebright, like even the citizens, know who I am by this point.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. You guys are known.
I would like to, in Bess's name, donate that 50 gold that I gave to her and she gave back
Mm.
to all the people who I deem who look like they're needing it the most. Like I'm going around and trying to find the people who need it the most, and trying to donate that 50 gold.
Okay. You do so, and Bess, as you're, I think you and Six were gonna go let Boone know that you're heading out, check on him, whatever. As you're doing so, you start to hear people talking around Shinebright about how what? Oh wait, what was your rank? Shit. One
Me?
moment.
I don't have a rank.
No, Bess.
General.
Yeah, no, you're a colonel. About how Colonel Bess has
I was a general.
how
No.
Colonel Bess has acquired 50 gold for the neediest among you, and everybody is very happy with her right now and very thankful to have Bess around. And while she seems odd, but boy, is she caring. What a fantastic leader. And people are really you hear kind of whispers and chatter about people being very thankful for you donating 50 gold.
I feel bad for not donating.
Right.
I'm gonna put my stilts on for the remainder of the time that we're in Shinebright.
Okay.
March around. In
Okay.
My stilts.
So you're getting a lot of like weird like mixture of like you know how I look at
This
you.
is our leader.
You know how I look at you, Clara, just like loving, but what the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of that, like, wow, she's so strange, but she's fantastic. Like, that's so nice of her. You're getting a lot of weird looks,
Yay!
a lot of attention, and some people actually pass by and like kind of look up at you and thank you and wave and give little bows and thank you for your service to them and everything you do.
Finger guns.
Finger guns from on top of the stilts. Right. So after these antics are finished with, around 10:30, 10:45, you guys reconvene and make your way to the Church of the Rock.
Yeah, I would specifically tell Bess I found something to do with that 50 gold I wanted to give you, and I give Bess a big thumbs up.
Ooh, I felt bad for not donating my own gold.
It was your gold. You gave it. I gave it to you. You just chose to hand it back to me so I could find a better investment.
Well, thank you, Doran.
Very wise of you, Bess.
Right, and with that,
Apparently.
apparently, with that, you guys begin your trek back to the Church of the Rock. Could everybody roll me a d6?
I can. In the beginning journeys, I'd look at around and be like, I also thought that I wanted to help people, but I feel as though walking around donating and going from the church would probably be in bad taste right now.
Right. One, two,
I feel like that would be bribery to a point for some people.
To some, yes, but I'm not trying to. I'm trying to show the generosity of the church.
okay.
I mean, I don't think I have permission, but at the same time, don't know how much I need it.
Okay, with those, as you guys make your way to the Church of the Rock, you, after a couple hours of walking, as you're passing by the Mages Guild Tower, I probably hold on. Yeah. Let's see. Could we'll say Jason, could you roll me a d4?
I certainly can do that.
We'll just use that order.
It's to be a 2.
A 2. All right.
It's like a 5, but less.
Oh.
Alistair, does a 16 hit?
Oh. I am gonna check, but I can almost guarantee yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Why do you
Then,
ask?
as you guys are passing by the Mage's Guild Tower,
What the?
an arrow lands and just grazes by Alistair's shoulder, giving him a decent cut as it lands in the ground. It appears to have come from the Mage's Guild Tower.
Is there a message attached to it?
Nope, it's just an arrow.
I look up.
Which you guys know is the Mage's Guild Tower is occupied by the New Republic, as the Bronze Toads gave it to them.
I raise a middle finger.
You're just
Do I see like where they shot from?
There are a lot of little like slit hole windows, basically murder holes. So not specifically. You can make a perception check.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
With a 9, you're not sure. You're not sure. Looking back at the arrow as you're trying to kind of figure out like which window it could have come from.
Which arrow did it come from?
Yeah. Doran does a 17 hit.
I'm going to shield.
Okay. So as you're looking back, you look back over and ping, and you quickly, very suddenly raise an arcane shield, and the arrow bounces off and lands softly on the ground.
Are we in a field?
Yeah.
Are there woods nearby, or is it just all field?
I mean, there are sparse trees. The land's mostly flat here.
Are the trees big enough that we can hide behind?
Somewhat, yeah.
Head for the trees! I said I'm gonna go for the trees.
Okay.
I raise a
I want to
second
get
middle
shot with an
finger.
arrow.
You guys start running to move to whatever semblance of cover you can find behind a couple of trees or something. As Six is just both middle fingers up running.
I'm not running. I'm just standing there.
You're standing in place, not getting behind cover.
Yes.
Okay.
6.
I'm guessing a 12 doesn't hit you.
It does not.
Do you catch the arrow?
I don't get the opportunity, but I start air humping.
So it just it like flies by your head, but you coolly stand there and just kind of start going, oh, what are you gonna do? Whatever. So another one flies over. That one's an 18, which I know also does not hit. So this time it's coming right for your forehead. But you see now, because there's like been 4 arrows, you see the specific window. It's on the 3rd story. And it's one not the closest to you, but just like one window over to the right. You see it fly over, and you just kind of move your head slightly. Nope. And it lands harmlessly behind you, as the rest of your party's just kind of like 100 feet away at some nearby trees, just kind of looking over.
6.
I start walking toward them. Yes.
You may be good at dodging. I'm not.
But you
Alright.
just dodged.
I was, drawing fire so you guys could get to safety. Now I will join you.
That's not really dodging.
Six, you are such a hero.
You guys are calling out to him as, with an 11, another one just kind of flies by him as he just walks.
How far away am I from the place?
From the tower, you guys are approximately 120 feet.
I start mock crying at the window.
As you do so, another one just kind of flies. This one kind of like embarrassingly high over your head.
All right.
I don't have any. I can't do area effect damage. Let's move.
Hey, 6, did you see which window it was in?
I did.
He can easily point it out
tell
to
him.
you. Yeah.
How far is it?
120 feet.
Maybe on the way back.
You kind of see a spark ignite in his hand, and he's like, yeah. He puts it away.
Are you guys kind of just going to give it a wider berth now and go around to the Church of the Rock?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
We'll recognize that they're assholes.
Yeah.
I yell out, wait for it. And then we leave.
All right. And with that, one more arrow as you're leaving. A 12, does that hit Alistair?
No.
Yeah, with that one more. Actually, it comes kind of close, but you just go, whoa! You wait for it, and you guys just give it a wider berth and walk around. And you can see, like, you can't see anyone through these slits. Like, you can't really make out any actual details. But you imagine they're probably pretty fucking annoyed.
Your archers suck.
You just walk away making fun of them. And at this point, like, as you give it a wider berth and you just kind of calmly make your way to the Church of the Rock, a couple more arrows kind of fly in your general direction, but with pretty little effort, you're able to circumvent their effective range.
I would like to, if possible, collect a few of them so they can't get them back.
Sure, yeah, you can very easily just kind of like go out of your way slightly to grab like 3 of their arrows.
Cool. I just kind of like, now I have 3 of their arrows, and that means they have 3 less arrows.
Once they see you just like very casually collecting their ammunition, they stop.
Do you imagine how much that must suck for morale?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's the bronze toads. Shoot him, quick, come on, do another. And then it's just like you guys are like air humping, middle fingers, just grabbing the arrows and laughing.
Morale -5. This will affect the upcoming battle.
The New Republic will remember this. It's really funny. Okay. The next couple hours of your journey, the sun is not quite dusk, but it's getting close to it as you guys arrive at the Church of the Rock and are warmly greeted by the front guards. And you're obviously allowed to, or unless were you going to head right down to the kind of basement area where you'll probably be sleeping, or?
I'm heading to the up top area.
Mm-hmm.
And I would ask my friends to join me.
Certainly.
If they want to, they don't have to.
Actually, sorry. This map is not prepared. Sorry, I was interrupting.
Fine, I'm used to it by now.
There are not this many people here. Sorry, one moment.
I would say, you guys, if you want to go and prepare the bed chambers, I have to say hi to my people and talk and give some things.
Cool.
Excellent.
Was anybody wanna accompany him, or?
I'll accompany Doran.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. Your friends decide they wanna hang out with you anyway.
Yay, friends!
Right. This is a little more accurate now. Okay. So as you enter, there are a few people in here. As there's usually just some. There are always those like 5 people that are just hanging out at the church.
Yep.
Yeah.
My boy Yorlin around.
Yep. He actually appears to be speaking with Malcolm.
I would head that way.
Okay. You guys make your way over, and as you are spotted, Malcolm looks over, and he gives sort of like, he looks excited for a moment, and then like kind of fizzles out a little bit and cools off. Yorlin immediately greets you with his usual warm smile. Says, "Hello, good to see you all again. How are we?"
Good. How is everything going here?
Well, we just had another ceremony yesterday, and things seem to be smoothed over quite nicely.
Good. I'm apologetic again that I'm not making it to
He raises his hand, interrupting you. You are just fine. You have done more for this church in the last 2 weeks than anybody has since its birth.
Well, I have more. First off, how's this for helping? I'm gonna hand him 100 platinum.
100 platinum.
Yes.
Okay.
And go, is this enough to help with and I'm going to show it to Malcolm too. Is this enough to help with the reparations of the bottom chambers and get things better and
you're like
help with things?
Holding out this entire like 2 handfuls. You're holding out this platinum, and Malcolm and Yorlin like look at it wide-eyed, and then look at each other. And Malcolm kind of like raises one eyebrow, like a skeptical kind of like what? And then Yorlin's
pogging.
Yeah, they're both pogging right there. They're both like,
Six goes. It's from all of us.
Malcolm like kind of reaches out a hand and goes, and looks over at Yorlin. Yorlin, I don't know how to accept this gracefully, so
like this.
Thank you. Yeah, and he reaches and kind of just takes it.
I will put it into pouches for them, so they're not just carrying.
Yeah, you pouch it up.
Yeah,
He's holding the pouches in his
He
hand.
drops it on the ground and goes, "Pick it up."
Earn your way, peasant.
Old Doran would have done that.
Yeah. But as they're kind of holding this platinum, Yorlin looks to you, like the whole party, as Doran says, this is from everybody. He says, you know what? I don't need to know.
have another gift. Malcolm will actually recognize this one. And reaching in and not touching it, using like my little cloth that I've been using, I take out the pure hysterium. The 2 pound.
One moment. Okay. Malcolm looks over. Pale.
And calm.
Just immediately pale. And his wide eyes go from like excited, like, what the hell, this is crazy, this is so cool, to like, oh good god, oh good god, oh good god. And he just like slumps back, and he can't take his eyes off it, but
Yorland, do you know what this is?
he looks at it for a moment. And he says, not precisely, but something about it is familiar.
This is pure hysterium from Ground Zero. It is the purest form of, and I kind of smile around us, the rock there is.
That is incredible. What?
Six says it's from all of us.
I look at Six and go, this one's not. This one's from me. And I give him a little smile and kind of wink at him.
Yorlin reaches out, his hands almost.
I would not touch it.
His hands are like shaking a little bit in anticipation. You say you would not. He kind of stops. His hands are still outstretched, like he can't help himself. But he's like, okay. Where would
This will be? I'm going to put it in the center of the altar, facing out towards everyone. Is my game plan.
He nods adamantly.
But I don't know. I kind of look at Malcolm. The beginnings of how to work with this.
Malcolm swallows really hard. I can work with it. I could shape it safely and add it as an adornment to the altar.
This is. I asked. I'm not coming from this. I asked the Rockets themselves if this is something they would want, and they did adamantly tell me this belongs in the church.
Malcolm takes a deep breath, nods. If you would allow me, I would be honored.
I will hand him that 2 pound chunk of pure hysterium.
All right. He immediately, like, kind of shakily, he grabs some gloves out of one of his satchels and puts them on and takes it very gingerly and stows it away. And
Cool.
he looks over at Yorlin, nods, and Yorlin nods, and Malcolm nods to the rest of you. I don't. Good work. And he stands
Malcolm,
up.
How is the basement going? How is the reparations and renovations?
Actually, it's going quite well. I have managed to acquire some volunteers to get rid of some of the old iconography and some of the blood and gore. It's cleaned up, and I've begun making plans to repurpose it, reshape it to something a bit more inviting. I have also taken the. He kind of looks a little sheepish and rubs his hands together. Liberty of marking off one of the rooms as a sort of study/workshop for myself.
More than welcome to.
Oh, excellent! That's where I'll be working with this. I will seal it in a case so that nobody can touch it and harm themselves. And I will begin immediately making a fixture to put it upon the altar.
Thank you.
This is a lot.
If you also wanted to know how our adventures went with that other item we asked you of last time, I kind of look at him, hoping he gets what I'm talking about. Six would be glad to talk to you, our best, and Alistair. I will be spending most of my time up here while I'm here.
Very well. Thank you. He takes his pouch. He's very he's holding it. It's at his side, but he has his pouch where he's put the hysterium, and but he's like securing it with both hands, and he begins walking out. It looks like he's heading down to the basement. In the meantime, Yorlin, as you're all here before him, he's still holding the 100 platinum, but it loses his attention for a moment as he looks up. He says, "Bess, how are you?" And Six, I believe.
I'm sorry?
How have you been feeling lately?
Healthy? Why?
Okay. And
Little
6.
anxiety.
Okay.
What's wrong?
I've had some strange dreams. Probably nothing to worry about, but I just wanted to get it out of my head before, you know.
What happened in these strange dreams?
Just, I'd rather not describe it in detail, but let's just say, for some reason I've seen you two in not so pleasant situations, and I'd just like to make sure that you're okay and not going to be doing anything particularly dangerous anytime soon. Doran.
He's doing something dangerous.
I presume. Doran, and he holds up the pouch with 100 platinum. This is the most...
Not enough? Do you need more?
No. This is the most I have ever seen in one place. How shall we allocate this?
It's like when a kid holds a $100 bill for the first time.
That's the look on his face. He's just like in awe.
I haven't been here that often. I don't know what we're in need of currently. That's why I've given it directly to you at the moment. What do we need? What should we allocate it for?
Ooh, let's make a list.
I can gladly prepare a list of perhaps priorities and push them your guys' way. I would be honored.
That would be wonderful. I would like to have, and I don't know if this sounds bad for me to say, the last say in anything that these funds go towards.
Well, of course. Firstly, you are the god-appointed leader of this church, and secondly, these are your platinum pieces, so I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just... do I want to know where this came from? He looks to the whole party. Actually, he looks to Bess.
I smile and look to Doran.
Okay, he looks back at Doran.
I acquired more than just that chunk of pure hysterium, and some of it I used as a way to get funds for the church because I know how dangerous it is to touch.
Oh. As you see fit. Very well. Okay, I will stow this away someplace safe, and I will get back to you with a list of priorities, and I'll have you all, or just Doran perhaps, go through them, and we will get this put to use. Thank you. What are your plans? What do we owe this honor of having you all back?
You know those tunnels underneath that that were locked away and we found? Not the ones that Malcolm's going through, but the other ones. By where we stood trial.
Yes. I think so.
We are going to go and explore.
Very well. Good luck.
Thank you.
I wish you the best, and be careful.
Yes, we will be leaving super early tomorrow morning. I look to my friends because I have no fucking clue.
We're rarely careful.
That's not what I was hoping you would
Is
say.
that a
but
we or an I?
It's a we.
Ah, I was afraid of that. Well, before you go, please, stop by up here. I'll meet you in the morning. I'd like to give you a gift before you go.
Ooh. Well.
He gives me 150 platinum.
Yeah, return. That's our ROI positive. That's
This is from the church.
yeah.
Oh.
Right. With that, unless there's anything else you guys would like to do, you can have a. I mean, again, the sort of not the basement of, not the dungeon of Shar, but the other basement where you had slept previous. It's relatively comfortable, a little dim lit, and kind of meh, but you'll have a place to sleep, and you'll be provided with a basic hot meal tonight. So unless there's anything else you guys would like to accomplish or do or talk about while you're here before you head out.
I do not. Six does not. He's very focused on tunnels.
Certainly.
Do we have a game plan for what we're anticipating? I've never been in any of the tunnels, as Doran hasn't really visited the New Republic that much.
Well, tunnels
I
in
don't
general.
know.
are
Oh, sorry, go
slimy
on.
things. Oh no, I'm just saying that I know that there can be slimy things. There can be things that roar, things with claws.
Giant talking rats.
Those too.
I'm used to those at this point.
I'm not too worried because whatever will be down there is going to be in an enclosed space, and I have a spell that is specific for that. That I can make us not be part of.
Wonderful. I also have a few new tricks up my sleeve.
Does Doran have sleeves?
I do actually. I
Okay.
wear very flowy cloaks.
He does.
True.
It's just with the chest wide open, as I am Giovanni.
Though now they're very tight, and now they're flowy again, and now they're very tight, and now they're flowy.
They tend to be more flowy.
Yeah.
But because Doran doesn't have much muscles in his regular state.
Okay.
I would want to check out the Temple of Shar, the area, and see what's changed.
Okay. I haven't actually done anything to the map because I didn't know you guys were gonna head back. But yeah. If you guys wanted to just take a look, go ahead.
Beforehand, I've seen Alistair do that one thing with hysterium, right?
You've seen him do a couple things with hysterium.
Like that piano thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know where he got that information?
Like how to do that?
Yes.
Could always ask.
I will.
Hold on. I don't remember if that was impulse or not. I have a feeling it was just impulse.
It was literally just you going, this should be interesting.
Yeah, I
and
think I
going for
literally
something.
saw it and I went, I wonder, and then bit it.
Yeah, in fact, you're not sure you could recreate it without a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, I am not careful.
Interesting. I have a few ideas because I know of the magical capabilities of this.
I'm
rock.
definitely down to try it again.
But no, I think I might be able to, per se, if I focus and train, turn the rock in my chest into my own arcane focus and cast spells from it. Is what I want to try, but I don't fucking have any clue how to do that currently. I have an idea of a spell in mind, actually, that I'm planning on starting to practice, but I wanted to know if you had any clue.
No, sadly I cannot help you with that.
All right, I will. I don't want to bother Malcolm, but I'm going to anyway.
Okay. And this one is when you guys could get a better look at the Dungeon of Shar, as it were. Which now, as Malcolm has stated, looking around, it looks like some of the rubble from your fight and some of the old, broken benches and the blood, the bodies, that's all been cleared up. Basically, so far, it hasn't been, repainted or anything, but the iconography of Shar has been removed one way or another, either by magic or by straight up just painting over it or putting something on it. And also, it looks as though what has survived, like some of the rooms that were relatively in good shape, has been repurposed. That storage room where you guys found all the goods, is now
goods.
now appears to be sort of currently is a closet for some of the robes that they keep on hand for the monks of the church and various things.
Wonderful.
And yeah, the little library study in the bottom left corner of the map, if you remember, Malcolm has turned into. He's got a desk in there, and he has some of his art. He has a little shelf of his own books and journals and such, and that's where you would find him.
Do we have a sign that says "Live, Laugh, Rock"?
No, but that can be arranged.
Wow, that's fucking epic.
I'd like to voice it to someone. Is there anyone working down there?
Not at the moment, other than Malcolm.
I'd like to as I'm walking with my friends, just go "Live, Laugh, Rock." We could make a sign about that. What do
Noted.
we think?
I bet soccer moms would love it. The soccer moms of the Church of the Rock.
I'm looking
The
to
rocker moms.
How about live long and rock on?
I like that too. Oh, good. As we arrive.
Wait, how about this? How about this? Direwood Rock City.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
I wish I could pay you.
Six is well, surprise, you can.
I think you have the cash.
In one easy step, you can hand me gold.
I am a lot lower on gold than I was a little bit ago.
I can tell why.
I did just give them 1,000 gold.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Mobile Bess.
Mobile Bess. Right, so you wanted to speak with Malcolm? Or
Yes.
go ahead.
Malcolm, I hate to bother you again so soon after I just last bothered you.
You're perfectly fine. What can I do for you?
I would like to work on something, but I don't know how to honestly start.
Go on.
And you might not be a fan of what I want to work on.
Oh no. Okay.
I would like to, as I've now experienced and seen firsthand some of the magical capabilities of hysterium, see about doing something with that myself. I have it in my chest. Why not work on casting spells from it, making some spells?
You want to make your rock an arcane focus?
Yes.
That's an incredible idea.
As I point to all the rings I'm wearing that don't ever change unless I want them. Like, normally, I have my arcane focus among them. It's just hidden.
You know, I see no reason you couldn't attune to it like any other object. I've never tried it, but frankly, I think I'm going to now.
And beyond that, I want to... Because, Alistair, can you explain what happened that makes me want to work on some spells?
One time I bit a hysterium and played the piano very good.
You put it in your
It
mouth.
hurt a lot. Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
It did not feel good, but damn was it cool.
Magic, like, erupted from him, and didn't it cause
It did not feel like any kind of magic that I've ever worked with before. It wasn't like... Malcolm, you're a spellcaster. You can understand when you cast a spell, you know what school of magic it is.
Pretty much, yeah.
I had no clue.
Uh-huh. Well...
It was very interesting. It was a very cool feeling. Painful, but cool.
Hysterium
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Do you have any hysterium?
I do.
I'll do it right now.
You didn't in my church, honestly.
Okay.
Unless we're going on an expedition tomorrow, I would like you alive.
Right.
Well, okay. Fair enough.
The Hysterium is a largely unknown property. As much work as I did with it, I still only understand the bare minimum of it, and now that it is literally a god, I'm not sure I'll ever fully understand it. So, I could certainly help you better understand how to attune to your rock and use it as an arcane focus. That seems quite reasonable to me, as attuning to such things is as much an emotional and spiritual sort of thing sometimes as it is a methodical and mathematical thing. So, with the rock's guidance, I'm sure you could do such a thing quite easily. But creating spells... Creating a spell is typically something that takes years of practice and hard work and resources and time. But with Hysterium, you're claiming you simply put a chunk in your mouth and you did it.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I would warn against facing the dangers that come with Hysterium, I can't lie, that is incredibly intriguing. And while I can't help you much in pursuing that, I would be willing to supply you with some extra Hysterium if you were willing to report all of your findings, or all of your findings and efforts back for my sake.
I mean, of course I would. One of the things I also want to do is see if I can figure out these Hysterium-based spells and use that. What says I will constantly need that kind of Hysterium when I can just use the one in my chest? If that makes sense.
That makes sense. My only concern is if you're using Hysterium as a base for creating new spells, I imagine it would consume the Hysterium as a material component. And so casting spells from your rock, you get where I'm going.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna try to work on. Of course, it's gonna take steps. If I first play around with Hysterium that's not inside of me, but this Hysterium, I tap the one on my chest, has different qualities. It's pure. It's different.
Right. My only suggestion then would be to start small. Start small with something that would be less likely to consume a material such as that. That's the only advice I can offer. Otherwise, good luck, and
Do you,
may the rock be with you.
thank you. Do you have any hysterium that I could take to work on it tonight?
He nods slowly. I could spare some, of course. He moves over to a little. It's almost like a wicker basket in the corner. He lifts the lid up gingerly. He already had gloves on. When you came down, he was actually working on fixing the pure hysterium you had given him into like a glass case, and he was molding it with magic. So he has the white gloves on. He goes over and picks up 3 small shards and hands them to you and says, "These should be enough to get started."
I will take them and put them in my bag.
Very well. If there's anything else I could do for you, of course, just let me know.
We will.
All right. Have a restful night and be careful tomorrow. Best of luck. With that, anything else you guys want to do or talk about before we fast forward through your sleep?
I will ask the party when they plan on waking up.
The butt crack of dawn, bitch.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be quite tired by like it's probably closing in on like 5 p.m. maybe by now. You're already getting a little tired. You guys could easily go to bed at like 8 and wake up at 6. No worries.
Well, let's do that.
So so when are we going to bed then? 8, you said?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I will spend those 3 hours before bed practicing a spell I want to make.
Okay. Is this something that you've sent me already?
I have not. 'Cause
Okay.
I came up with it like early on today about like what I want to kind of make the spell out of.
Okay.
Like,
Would Dorlock help?
if anyone's willing to help me, I'd be more than happy to take help.
Bess would be very interested in helping.
I'm afraid I would screw things up royally.
You can be my test subject.
Okay,
6 immediately down. He's a ride or die.
let's do it.
Motherfucker.
All right, I'm imagining the scene. You guys are in this basement, and Doran's like telling Bess what he's been thinking up, and Bess is like writing things that like Doran's he's the sorcerer, just kind of like spouting ideas. Bess being the more wizardly, like writing it all down, trying to put it into equations. Alistair coolly sitting in a corner, just watching, amused with a drink, and 6 like sitting there hyping himself up, ready for magic to happen to him. Like this is a great scene.
I'm good.
Okay.
Do we want the mansion tonight, or do we want to just? No, I can't.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
Yep, I can't.
Regular conditions.
I'm like, do we want the man? Never mind.
So,
Too bad.
Blake, why don't you tell me what you're trying to do and how you're using the hysterium?
I'm using the hysterium as my main ingredient into what I'm casting, kind of as a material component at this point.
Okay, so you're taking one of the little shards and you're assuming that it's going to be consumed as a material component.
Yes.
Okay,
I
cool.
am trying to make chains wrap around 6, but I want the chains to be made of hysterium so it does damage.
Oh.
So they'll wrap around him and constrain, contain him and hold him still. But I want the chains themselves to be made of hysterium, so it's not just a holding spell; it will do the damage.
Okay, now here's where Bess can come in to help with her actual equations and mathing things out and taking notes. What is more important, the damage or the strength of the constraint?
I would say I'm okay with low damage but high constraint.
All right. And with Bess's aid, you're not going to have to make any rolls here. With Bess's help, she will be able to kind of figure that out. And this is all very loose, just guesses and surmising the properties of hysterium. But she's figured something out for you. And over the course of a couple hours, you guys can kind of devise this. And, oh, whoops, sorry. I just realized the music cut out because I failed to put it on loop. Let me do that.
What a hoe.
Idiot.
There we are. Bad DM. So after a couple of hours of figuring this out, Doran, with advantage, I want you to make an Arcana check.
Oh, not one of my best.
You are the one casting the spell. Or
Not one of my-
religion. Or religion.
I'm actually better at Arcana.
Oof.
All right. A 19. For the first time testing out your little theory here, you take the shard of hysterium. What does it look like? Are you holding it? What are you doing? What's the aesthetic of this spell?
I would hold it and point it at him, and the chains would swirl and shoot out from him and wrap around and just anchor and then like leaving the hysterium as if it's coming out. So that's why I'm trying to make it so it doesn't like consume the hysterium. It's just the anchor that is making them.
Okay, if it does not consume the hysterium, that is going to make it a lower level spell.
My focus is to make it so it doesn't consume it because.
Okay, so right now you're just trying to. Okay, I understand. Yep.
I'm testing my. If it consumes it, I know I'm aiming too high for what I want as my baseline.
Okay.
This is Doran going. If I'm going to start, because as far as he's concerned, no one's done this before, making spells out of hysterium. I need a baseline, and this is what his baseline is.
Okay, with a 19. Doran, you reach out, you point the hysterium shard at 6. And who's actually a pretty good test subject to not be damaged much because he has some resistance to it. And Bess, you're watching and ready to take notes, and you've guided him a bit. You're sitting there with anticipation. Alistair kind of just, I imagine like one leg crossed up, and he's got a drink, and he's just watching, amused, maybe a little intrigued as well. You pointed at 6. The rest of you watch as Doran, he closes his eyes, concentrates, and with a bit of glowing purple from one hand, he places it, he's holding the shard. He places the other glowing hand on top, and you watch, outstretching from the hysterium in the same direction, the same pattern as his fingers, little strings of hysterium, barbed, begin to jut out slowly. And you can see Doran is concentrating hard on this, and they slowly, like little tiny barbed snakes, start to make their way towards 6. And 6, you're just gonna stand there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then there will be no saving throw. You watch as they make their way, and then slowly wrap around you, and it kind of burns a little bit, but you have some resistance to it. And then when Doran, you open your eyes and you look, you're all seeing these 5 tendrils wrapped around 6, and they start to tighten. And Doran, it stings a little. Yeah, Doran, would you for this first test just roll a d4? Okay. So you take 3 damage, and I'm not gonna bother reducing it at all. This it's just a test. You take 3 damage from it as Doran. And Doran, do you want this? How long are you trying to make this last?
Concentration a minute.
Concentration a minute.
While this is going on, 6 is going to try to be as vocal as possible with precisely exactly what is going on. Left chin slightly tingly, losing feeling in my right big toe.
Bess is furiously taking notes.
It's back. The stinging is back now. My eyes hurt a little.
I'm a little parched.
I feel decently constrained at this point. I could break out if I wanted to, etc.
Right. And eventually, are you going to try to push it for the full minute?
No. Because it's my first time. I'm going to hold it for about 20 seconds if possible.
Doran, let me try to break out. What do you think?
I will say after 20 seconds, try to break free.
Okay. So after 20 seconds, that'd be approximately 2 more rounds. 6, 12, 18, yeah. So then you take another couple of d4s in its current state, and eventually 6, make a it's going to be the same rules as grapple, I'm going to say. So, or Blake, would you like it to be grapple rules or strength?
I would like it to be a strength saving throw is what I'm hoping.
Make a strength saving throw.
Against my spell DC?
Currently. 19.
He would break it.
So you watch. He has to like. You watch as they snap. All the hysterium just turns into powder, like a puff of snow, and slowly falls down onto the ground and then disappears. And you're holding the chunk, and it is glowing like white hot purple. And actually, you realize now after you've been holding it for so long, it is actually, you would take like a damage. Like it does hurt. You don't know if maybe that was from concentrating so hard on this first time, but all in all, successful experiment.
Oof.
Yeah, 6 has like little red marks around where it was wrapping around him.
If anyone has any ideas that they can come up with, and Doran would ask them for some hysterium-based spells, let me know. We can figure this out.
All right.
You should figure out if you can manipulate the hysterium that's around you and create an area of effect spell.
That would probably consume my hysterium more than that one did. We will have to take those, but yes, AOE. Are we talking like a smoke cloud with hysterium instead of normal smoke, or more of
Oh, that's a good idea.
like a base of fireball? Because, okay, given that spell did that take? I don't think it took from any other spells.
Correct.
Would I be able to assume that if I replicated, let's say, like a smoke based spell, but trying to use hysterium as instead of smoke,
So modifying a spell with hysterium rather than creating a new one,
would be easier?
between your and Bess's knowledge, you're fairly certain that would be the case.
Okay.
Especially mechanically. And especially if either of you already knows that original spell.
So I would point at my two spellcasting buddies and go, if you have any spells that you think would be heavily increased if I was able to add hysterium to it, I'd appreciate that. And then I point to everyone and go, if you have any ideas for any spells that I could probably use hysterium in, let me know. I don't care if they're completely bonkers. We are going to do this together.
All right.
All right.
I believe. Okay, so the last thing I would do before I go to sleep
Yes.
is use my level 7 spell slot to cast Commune. Wait, have I done that in the last day? Yes, I have. Then never mind.
I
Yes.
think you did
Yep.
just before you. Yeah.
So I will not, because I know it doesn't have I know it won't likelihood work. It has a chance to not work. So I will pray, and feeling happy that I'm back in my actual place. of
Feeling the
worship.
connection again. Yep. Very strong here.
I basically ask in my head, is this what you want from me? Is using this in magic good? Is this going to help us? Just asking that, hoping for an answer, but knowing I probably won't get one. And that'll be like the last thing I do before I go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. You guys all eventually, quite tired by 8 p.m., go to bed. Go ahead.
I'd want to sneak out and see if I can talk to Yorlin more about the dream that he had. I'm super curious about that.
Okay, you can sneak
I
out.
want to be
quick and-
sneaky. I don't want anyone to come with me.
So are you just going to tell everyone to fuck off, or are you going to try to actually stealth out?
I'll wait for them to fall asleep, and then I'll stealth out.
Okay, you're laying in bed, like, probably quite sleepy yourself, but you're like, oh, I really want to know, so you wait until you hear some snoring. You quietly get up and make your way out. And you would be able to find Yorlin upstairs. He would actually be in his office. But, yeah, you'd be able to... You would see, like, as you exit and walk out toward the front, you would see a candlelight lighting through his fucking stained glass windows, and so you would be, he's probably there. Head around. You could knock on his door, and he'd ask, he'd be, who is it?
It's Bess.
Oh, of course. And he comes over, opens the door. What can I do for you?
You mentioned earlier about having a dream, and I'm just curious to know more about it.
He looks around. Why don't you come in? And he ushers you in and closes the door behind you. He goes back down to his desk and sits down and leans back. The thing is with dreams, especially with the Rock often uses dreams to communicate with us, especially those who are very in tune with him. Still haven't figured that one out. But, so it's hard to say what is a normal dream, quote unquote, and what is an omen or a message. But I've just had a couple of rather disturbing dreams lately of particularly you and Six. It's as if you're caught in a whirlpool, and rather than being pulled into the center together, you're drifted apart, and at the edges of the whirlpool are all sorts of dangers. Like rats, strange translucent beings I don't understand.
Jellyfish? Oh, I'm not there.
All manner of creatures I don't... Statues, I think? I've just had strange dreams. I shouldn't have mentioned it before. It's probably nothing But, you know, it's a dangerous place here, and I know you guys are out doing dangerous things. I don't get the sense that these are messages from the rock, I don't think. Usually when they are, they're much more direct. So, I felt the need to say something just in case... In case you had done something and I had received some sort of omen about it. It's probably nothing.
Well, thank you for telling us anyways.
Of course,
And I appreciate your concern.
I am constantly concerned. That's how I live.
Me too, Daddy. Relatable.
I was actually just wrapping up. I will be heading to bed soon. You look, please forgive me, absolutely tired.
Yeah, the curiosity of wanting to know what your dream was about beat out sleep, but I'm gonna head back now.
All right.
Have a good night, Yorlin.
Of course. Be sure to meet me in the morning. Again, I would like to give you guys something before you go. Good night.
For sure. Good night.
All right, you make your way back, and you all eventually find your rest. 6,
Sir?
in your rest,
Yes.
you aren't religiously involved with the rock, with the glow, with the hysterium, but you feel oddly comfortable here. You're not sure if it's the proximity to the hysterium and there's something going on with that within you, or you're not sure what it is, but you feel maybe at home isn't right, but you feel oddly comfortable and you have a good night's sleep. Alistair, you're chilling, everything's fine. Doran, you feel
For
you're not.
everything Alistair does, he's kind of just a normal guy.
Yeah, he kind of just vibing. Doran, you normally feel more comfortable here because of the proximity and the closeness with the rock, and you're not sure if you should take this as a yes to your question that you posed in your prayer, or if it's just the general comfort, or maybe it's been a minute and you're really happy about donating the platinum, but you feel as if your bed is made of the finest silks and also have a very comfortable sleep. And while you're kind of drifting off and thinking, is this the rock telling me yes to my question, or am I just really tired? You're out, and you also will have a very restful night. Bess,
Oh, thank the
your mind is awash with all kinds of ideas for spells and all the math and equations for Doran, and your mind is buzzing, and you dream of all sorts of wacky, arcane stuff. But with that, you all find hearty long rest and wake up wake up in the early morning quite naturally. It's quite refreshing to the smell of what's maybe some sort of morning stew or something that one of the monks is preparing. You all have a warm breakfast. Is there anything you'd like to...
What happened?
What? I didn't think morning stew was that funny.
Morning stew.
After you said it, Charlie said porridge?
I guess porridge, yeah. Yeah, porridge. Fuck you, Charlie. Stop interrupting my game. Stop interrupting my game with your semantics.
I would say my
I'm trying to tell my anime characters, leave me alone.
I would do my daily prayer with a monk if they would let me. I'd ask
Absolutely.
if they would.
They would be
Care to join
overjoyed.
Oh yeah, I forget. Like people like me here more than elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. They'd be honored to share a prayer with you. Yeah.
Share a little prayer with me.
With
The
Doran.
the God anointed deity.
Right. But unless there's anything else you guys wanted to do in the morning first thing, you will eventually make your way up to meet Yorlin in the church once more. He'd be standing behind the altar, holding a shard of hysterium. And
Okay.
he'd give you all kind of a tired wave as you walk in. And say, "Thank you for joining me. There was just something I wanted to do briefly before you go. A blessing, if you will allow." And he gestures to the whole party, but it's definitely at like 6 and Bess and Alistair.
Of course.
Yeah. I love blessings.
He would place the hysterium shard down on the altar before you guys, place his hands over it, close his eyes, and he would begin to mutter a prayer to the rock, wishing you safe travels, and good fortune on your journeys. And he would lift his hands, and as he lifts his hands, the hysterium shard seems to almost like flake apart and kind of float up toward his hands. And he takes a deep breath, and almost as if he's like airbending, he brings it up to his mouth, and these glowing, flaky hysterium shards kind of pepper you guys and then dissipate into the air as he casts his own personal spell, Glowing Blessing. You all have the effects of the Bless spell for the next 3 hours.
Hey.
Which is, whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, for those 3 hours, you can add a d4 to the number rolled.
I would tell him I'd like to talk to you more about that, because I've never seen this before, right?
Yeah, no, this is new.
I'd be like, I'd like to talk to you more about that when I get back.
He nods sleepily. Honestly, that was a bit of a shot in the dark, but it just felt right.
I started yet last night. I can make chains appear from a piece and wrap around a target.
Admittedly, Malcolm mentioned your wanting to toy with magics and hysterium, and it gave me an idea. So I just thought I'd try it. Worst case scenario, I gave you some kind words before you left. He smiles, seeming quite satisfied with what he's just done.
And then for Bess, may Mr. guide us all as well.
He nods. Of course. I'm sure, given your prowess and your adventures you've embarked upon and the good things you've done, he looks at Bess directly. I'm sure she's smiling upon you now.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going back to sleep. Best of luck. And he steps down from the altar and moves towards the basement where he presumably is going to go sleep, where you guys just slept.
Okay. I would smile and...
And actually, you guys would follow him because you're going to those tunnels.
Yeah, I'd smile as we follow.
Right. Bye.
All right.
And then we sort of follow behind.
Yeah, you give the awkward goodbye, and he says good night. He says good night sleepily and starts to walk out, and then you guys kind of like look at each other, awkwardly follow. And he does and he opens the door, holds the door open for you. There's this like awkward like, right. You guys go in the same direction, but eventually he lays down in the bed, and you guys make your way over to where you know the entrance to that tunnel was. It is boarded back up.
Before he falls asleep, I go, add to the list a better area for sleeping.
I'll add it. And he immediately. You have no idea if he's gonna remember that, but he.
I write a piece of paper. Doran says a better place for sleeping would probably be a good idea, and I tuck it into his hands.
Okay.
I look at Six and go, I really think that would be one of the most beneficial things we could add.
I do like beds.
I mean, I just look around because this is the storage hall, the mess hall.
Yeah, it's kind of all of the above.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm comfortable sleeping here, but like when we eventually get like royalty who will come visit the church, come on.
Right.
Indeed.
So you guys make your way over, just a short 50 feet away, to where the entrance to this tunnel system was, and there is in fact, as mentioned before, a sort of makeshift wall in the way.
I look at Six and go, can you do it quietly?
Six shrugs and punches the wall.
Here, I'll put you back on that map.
You're a piece of shit.
You shrug and you punch it. Okay. There was a loud thud, and if you weren't a level 13 monk, that would fucking hurt. But you punch it, and you watch as like dust falls, and you actually as like dust falls from it, and you've made a crack.
It's not that quiet.
So the answer I was looking for is no, not I'm gonna punch the wall.
I wasn't certain.
Could anyone open this door with a little more tact?
I don't think it's a door.
This wall, my bad.
Oh,
I kind of glare.
I don't think walls are normally opened with tack.
Fine. Have at it, and I just go and like.
Bess is
pow.
gonna scream, yeah, and run to slam her body into the door.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Be careful.
DC's lowered because Six just put a crack in it, but
Six's fist does more damage than Bess's entire body.
It does.
A 15. You watch as Bess yeah, and just runs over and body slams into it. The wall gives slightly, like the crack that Six made with his fist. There's kind of like an indentation, like the wall's collapsing on itself, but it's still like kind of up. And now instead of a crack in the wall, there's a crack in Bess. You hear like her shoulder, and she's like ah. But you did some damage.
I'll take it from here.
There's just a loud, like, at least, like, right before she does this, Gordon goes, at least I know Bess isn't going to do anything to the wall. She just like...
Yeah. And then with that, Six kind of chuckles, goes over, and just with a fairly light for him kick, the rest just collapses.
All right. I think we're
I
in.
just it up for you.
Quite.
You did. But you guys just make your way through. Any last second preparations?
I have a strong spell that I can use that will last an hour, but I will do that when the time comes. And I smile.
All right. Okay, then you guys begin to make your way down this tunnel system. Let me go ahead.
Alden, can I draw your attention to your last quote that showed up in chat?
You may. Quote number 254. When the cat wants attention, the cat gets dick. That's something I've said now. All right.
Okay, thank you.
And we're gonna switch to this. Nope. All right.
Jason, what?
Are we just gonna gloss over that one?
Yeah, we are. As you guys enter this tunnel system, there is
Which
this.
cat were you referring to?
I don't know. That was. Let me pull it back up.
2019, August.
That was Sadie then.
Yeah, August. Yeah. I guess let's say it gets dick. You guys make your way into this tunnel system, and as you do so, I don't know why I said that or in what context. I feel like I wasn't offering to fuck my cat. I don't know what that's about.
Okay, Shane.
All right. God. Okay. So as you enter this sealed off tunnel, slowly the dim torchlight that lit the area behind you begins to fade, and you are left in relative darkness. Anyone who doesn't have dark vision is having a hard time, and anyone who does, you're still having not a great time.
I pull out a torch.
I'm kind of having a great time. I've been wanting to explore these caves for a while now.
I pull out 2 torches and hand one to Six with prestidigitation. I light it, and I hold the other one myself.
All right, you light a couple of torches, lighting the way. As you do so, you can see you now have a better look of this passage that you're passing through. The stream seems to inexplicably vanish at one point, like it just stops.
This is inexplicable.
But you continue
Inexplicably inexplicable.
in this. In this.
Well,
like,
I hand Six the torch. I look at him and go, "You're just gonna run off at some point, so might as well be prepared."
Explaining the inexplicable.
effing the ineffable. You guys make your way through this uncomfortably narrow and sort of humid tunnel with these very dull gray walls surrounding you. You walk for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. There's nothing extraordinary yet, as Holden buys time as he's pulling up old prep work he did.
Yeah, I told you before session this is what I planned on doing.
Just like 5 minutes before.
You didn't ask what I was planning on doing before, just then.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys make your way through this tunnel. Nothing for the first 20 minutes. But I think torches last an hour.
I don't have that anywhere.
I'm pretty sure they last an hour each. We're gonna roll with that because I just think that's it.
How long do
I'll cast the cantrip light
candy?
just to make sure we still have light sources.
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. So about halfway. Your torches are about halfway used up.
Why
Best
did
also
you say it like
1 hour.
1 hour?
Bess also
Bess
casts
has
a
light.
light cantrip upon something on her person, so you have plenty of light. So you'll
She
easily be
cast
able to notice this.
I don't know.
Okay, what do you cast it on, Bess?
I hadn't thought that far. I will.
You have a shield, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do. Let me equip that, and I will cast light on it.
Cool.
Whack.
So as you guys make your way through, you eventually notice, after walking for about half an hour, as your torch is about halfway done, the dull gray tunnel begins to take on a different shape, metaphorically and literally. You notice as you press on, the cave walls, the ceiling, the floor, like the entire area you're in, slowly begins shifting in color as you progress. The dull gray stone begins to take on a silvery, almost white coloration, and a strange scent begins to assault your noses. You ever use like a cleaning product, and you get a bit too good a whiff of it, and your eyes start to water a little bit, and you have to like sneeze?
Yes.
It's kind of like
Every
that.
time I huff cleaning products, I do.
Precisely. It's kind of like that, but like not quite as bad. Like not as bad a smell, but it's unpleasant as you make your way through this tunnel system. And eventually the narrow passage opens up a little bit in a small empty cave. And you can see at the other side of this cave, it narrows back again.
I'd like to light a torch now and have my mage hand hold it.
Okay, so you have a floating torch nearby
And I'd like
you
to
as well.
hold it 20-ish feet out.
Okay. You just push it into the cave. Yeah. You see, you're pretty certain there's nothing in this cave, though it's suspicious how it just opens up and then narrows back in. You don't see anything.
This is very suspicious.
This is
Wouldn't-
extremely suspicious.
Wouldn't it be funny if this either led us nowhere and we wasted our time, or led us directly to the queen?
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it.
Ding, 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 ding. Nothing.
Maybe it hunts off sight. I'm going to minor illusion a small person. With a nice.
If my flashlight starts flickering, it's hunting. Sorry, bad joke.
I just have to pick the size.
Thanks,
Touch the
Alden.
wall.
You're smirking.
Does it sting?
No, I pick just like a little gnomish person, just it like crisscross applesauce.
And so it is.
All right. Let's try this. Hello.
You hear it echo slightly. Hello?
Okay.
Nothing suspicious here. I start walking through.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow her.
You guys
I-
begin. Let's see. So Bess, then Alistair. What's the marching order then? Bess, Alistair.
6. No, Doran runs ahead of 6.
Okay, to get in the middle.
Yes, because he goes, I don't want to be in the back.
Fair enough. All right, you guys proceed through this suspiciously empty cave into the other end where it narrows again, and I'll bring you to the map.
Oh, this cave is suspiciously empty.
Huh.
It's almost as if something used to be here, but certain events cause it not to be. If you will direct your attention to the top left of your map now.
Holy shit, hold on. This is all blackness.
Yeah, I may or may not have decided to just make a giant square so you guys don't know the actual shape of this area.
Fair enough.
So the map is not actually that fucking massive. But you find yourselves in this narrow, white, silvery tunnel. How would you like to proceed?
Bess, you're taking the lead.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay, move your token.
How do I change my orientation?
Okay. As
I'll
you
head up to here.
you kind of peer around this corner, you see it splits into two.
I'm gonna look down this one first.
Okay. You look down there. Make a perception check. A 9. Okay. Doesn't appear. It just appears to go down and then curve to the left.
Okay, then I'll peer down this one.
All right, give me one moment here.
She's gonna bite you, kid.
Okay. You then peer down the other side. Make a perception check.
Oh, that's Bucky purring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, holy.
Okay. A 23. You're quite certain. Just it goes the other way. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. I presume the rest of the party has followed close behind her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone wanna flip a coin and decide which way? I'm leaning towards left. I don't see anything down that way, but I mean I don't see anything the other way either. So.
Torn goes. So you're. Why are we leaning towards left then?
Vibes.
Because I can see further down it.
Because left isn't right.
The right one kind of curves pretty quick there, seemingly. I can't see very well down there.
I leave it to you, Bess.
Cool. We're gonna go right.
Going
Wait.
right.
No, we'll go left. I don't know.
Bess is just standing there like, I'm not used to making these decisions.
I pull out my coin that always lands on heads.
Okay.
And I say, heads, we go left. And I flip it. What does it land on?
Lands on the side. Fuck you. No, it lands on heads.
Right, we're going left.
Whoa. Okay.
I look at the coin. Do I recognize the coin?
Yeah, get in here.
It's the coin you guys purchased at the magic
It's
shop
the coin
recently.
I purchased. That looks exactly like regular coins.
Just looks like a plain silver coin.
I kind of glance at Alistair and go.
I smirk.
I go, all right, okay. like I know I'm like Alistair doesn't leave a whole lot to chance.
But okay, so Bess decides to go left.
Bess, I'm gonna put my torch ahead of you, just in case.
Sure.
And I will extend my torch out 30 feet in front of Bess.
Yeah, I will say, please feel free to move your tokens on your own, but just be sure to show me your exact pathing for no reason.
I hug this wall, and Jason is currently not at home computer. It appears.
All right, I will take his token. All right, Bess, you round the corner, and you see
80 piles of bodies.
80 piles of bodies.
Yum.
80 individual piles.
All you can eat buffet.
As you round the corner, you can see the
Not be happy.
tunnel. It splits again, and it continues. I think you could probably see all the way out to there. It continues straight for quite a bit in the current direction you're going. And actually, you can see there's a dead end here, and it must turn, but also it goes down. There splits
wanna
left
peek.
again.
Wanna
I'd like
peek
to
this
take-
way?
Do we still have the map
What map?
of the tunnels?
Of these tunnels?
The crude map of the tunnels.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you do have that.
Hand-drawn map?
Yeah, I think it should be under hand-drawn map in your
Yeah,
journals.
which...
Oh.
Oh, see, I don't remember which one the church is. Is it... Hold?
I don't know. No,
Hold. Which one is the church?
church would be the one at the bottom, I believe, because hold. Wait. No, hold is old HQ. It'd be the one to the bottom, to the left of the dragon, in that general area.
So kind of where that one splits off between Strange and the Dragon?
I think so, if I'm guessing, because HQ question mark is the castle.
Gotcha.
So that's if I remember the map of Direwood correctly, if that's where the castle is, this is where the church is, in regards. Am I correct, Holden?
This is for your guys' interpretation.
Okay, but based off the map of Direwood, if HQ is the Castle Dire, that would be the general direction of where the church would be.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't have both. I don't have
Yeah.
the maps memorized. I don't have my own map memorized.
Right.
So yeah. So I'm like, if HQ question mark is what I believe it is, which to be Castle Dire itself, then church can only be in this general vicinity. 6. Do you have any clue which path we want to take?
Where do we think we are on the hand-drawn map?
But
Hey, we should also be keeping track of where we're going. Does anyone want to start a map?
That is a great idea. I don't think I have any paper or parchment.
I will hand parchment to.
I will kind of stop him and pull out one of my notebooks and start working on it.
Good call.
Okay. I will.
Okay. So
take.
where-
I will put out my torch. Like put it out and take the soot to mark walls. I go back to this corner, follow it, hugging the wall, and mark an arrow going this way with
Okay. Hmm.
the soot.
Yeah, feel
From
free
my
to draw on the map. Yeah.
I can
The-
draw.
I'm giving you
Best
permission to
way-
draw on the map.
The best way to stay not lost in a situation like this is to hug one single wall. So I would say either the closest, that first tunnel, or the far tunnel first, and
Well-
we stick to left or right. As
We've
we-
already
as
gone
we-
left once.
Then I say we stick left.
I do my next. I draw an arrow going this way.
All right.
And
And Bess leads the way. All
Uh,
right,
I
Bess, I need you to stop there.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I take a step back and let 6 go ahead. Actually, I would like to say third in line, so I don't care who's ahead of me, but
Okay, and you guys were kind of hugging this wall.
Hagen does.
All right. As you continue along, and Dorn is carefully placing arrows on the walls with soot. As you're walking forward, suddenly, Bess stops, and there's a sort of sound, and you watch as she is stopped in her position. And at this point, Bess, you are going to take... Let me gather these up. You're going to take 11 acid damage
Ouch.
as you walk face first into what is now only barely apparent, a perfectly
Uh-huh.
translucent ooze.
It's a sticky thing.
Ah!
And at this point, we need to roll initiative.
oh,
Boy.
that's I put a dot on my own head. Trying to select my own character. I'm trying to delete the dot. Hold, and I can't get to it. Ah.
I look at it and I go, gooey.
Gooey, as Bess is dying.
She's only
Hey.
dying a little.
Let's see, how about this?
It
No,
says I
that's
can't.
not good. No.
6, don't let your woman die to translucent ooze.
How about this one?
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
How about that?
I could think of worse ways to go.
Can you?
It's a
not
little
many.
intense, but that should be all right. We'll deal with this. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and add. Here, let me put one over here so I can add it to the turn order, and let's roll. So, okay. Excellent. Let me just reorder this quickly. Get rid of that. We have 6, then Bess, then the cube, then Alistair and Doran. Or unless, did you guys already add your bonuses in? That's supposed
I
to
have
be there?
not.
Go ahead and
I
add
put
bonuses
mine
if
in.
you need to.
I added mine.
Okay. Not entirely sure it'll change the order.
Me and Alice are going to get at the same time.
Okay.
It's up to you. You can choose
Yeah.
whether you go first or not.
I would like to go first.
Very good. Then with that, as Bess is engulfed and you watch as she stops And like you can see her like struggling slightly, and you can see her acid burns begin to form on her body. But, 6, immediately behind her, you're the first to react. What are you gonna do?
Shit. Well, I have magic hands, so I am going to attempt to punch it and say, "Let go of my girlfriend."
Okay. You can certainly, yeah. Flurry of blows. Alrighty.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows. So, let me see here. This thing, actually, I don't think you can possibly miss without rolling a nat 1. So, all of those are hits. But you, and you can tell me if you this changes your actions to begin with. But you throw a first fist just into it, and there is a hearty thwack, and some of the slime kind of like oozes out of it a bit. But as you deal 12 damage to it, you're going to take 1 damage to yourself.
Okay.
Do you want to continue with your flurry?
Is Bess sticking out at all?
Not like maybe a foot.
Okay, then I'll continue the flurry, and I'll say, "Someone grab her."
Okay, you continue your flurry, dealing another 32 damage. Very good. And you're gonna take another from those just flurry of blows wailing into it. You're gonna take another 5 damage total from those hits. So maybe basically each time you hit it, your hand comes away steaming just a little bit from the acid, and you're like, "Ooh, okay, not fun." But with that, you shout out for somebody to grab her and try to pull her out. Bess, it's your turn. You can try to make a strength check to escape yourself,
I
or
would love to do. Oh,
or you can like try to cast a spell if it doesn't have a movement component. You have options, but
look here. Potentially banish it if I'm stuck in it.
does that have a somatic component?
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so anything with a somatic component you cannot do.
I'm just gonna try to get out of it.
Okay, so make a strength check for me, or a strength saving throw. No, it's not a saving throw. It's a strength check. My mistake. You're basically just squirming and pushing your way out as best you can.
Sorry, I'm looking for. There we go.
All right, a 9. You can add a D4 because you've been blessed.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, I mean, you can roll that. I'm sorry, I just gave you hope, but actually, even if you get a 4, that won't be enough. Sorry. I just want to throw the reminder out. Anytime you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can add a D4 based on, or is it once per turn? I think it's, no, whenever a creature, target makes an attack roll or a saving throw. So, basically, all your attacks and saving throws get a plus D4. So with that, though, you watch as Bess kind of like squirms, and she squishes around in there a little bit and tries to wiggle, but she is struggling, and you can hear a muffled like from her. She's trying to squirm out, but she's not making any headway. With that, as she's squirming about, 2 tentacle-like pseudopods extend from the cube and lash back out towards 6. The first one is going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
The second is going to be a 19, which I don't believe hits you.
Does not hit.
So with that, the first one is going to be 15 acid damage as one of these pseudopods splashes out and basically smacks you across the face, leaving a nice burn mark. You're like, oh shit! As the second one comes back, you're able to dodge out of the way, almost bumping into Dorn behind you. And with that, now that they are moving, you can see you have almost passed by a couple of these. And they begin, you can hear the squirming and sliming ooze movements of these things as you can hear others activating around you and beginning to make their way toward you. 10. That one gets there. 15. And that one gets there. Actually, it can get as far as there because it can dash. So with that, you hear this oozing behind you and look back, and now they are very translucent. But now that they're moving, you can see the shifting kind of outline of them, what appears to be 2 coming up from behind you. Alistair, what are you going to do? You're surrounded by cube.
Sheesh. I'm going to 3rd level ice knife. If I can find my fucking spell book, I'm so tired. So that's piercing.
Okay. On which
Hold
one?
on. The one that Bess is not in.
Okay.
Wait. Spell slot is 2nd or higher. The cold damage increases by 1d6 for each spell. Some 2d6 above.
Okay. Bess, you also take another 19 damage at the start of the cube's turn as you are still engulfed.
Nice.
Okay, so you're hooking an ice knife at the one immediately behind you?
Yeah, and it's piercing, so I'm assuming it gets stuck inside it, right?
Oh yeah.
So what happens when it explodes then?
I'm not gonna give it a dexterity saving throw, even if it could. Like, you make a good point, it wouldn't be able to make it, but even if it could, I don't know if it could beat your DC. It would be very, very, very unlikely. What's your DC? 16, 17?
For spells?
Yeah. What's your spell save?
Should be 18.
17.
17? Yeah, you're good. Then you hurl that back, and you guys watch as it soars through the air, sticks into the thing, and a little bit of acid oozes
wait.
out.
So it didn't roll the 1d10 pierce, or it didn't roll the regular
Yeah, it did.
1d6
7?
for cold. So I rolled the 2 for above the 1st level spell, but it
got
didn't roll. Yeah.
Okay,
so it
yeah,
didn't
go
roll
ahead.
more.
So you watch as this ice knife skewers into the cube behind you, and then there's a little boom as it explodes within,
Cool.
and
21,
more
I'll take it.
yeah,
19, I'll take it.
more acid oozes out from the puncture wound he just created. With that,
I'm draining a cube.
yeah, you are. you just fucking. Doran, what are you gonna do?
I can see the other ones moving.
You can see, yeah.
Okay, I focus really. I calm my mind and focus. And I'm gonna cast Crown of Stars.
Okay.
That doesn't happen yet. The second part. I have to choose to send the attack out. So you watch as I think it's seven from my chest. It glows and hysterium flows out, and 7 hysterium shards just start floating around me, lighting 30 feet bright light, 30 feet dim light.
Okay. The area is well lit now. And actually, with that light reflecting off of the cubes, you can see them more clearly.
And then I would send one mote into the one holding Bess.
Okay.
And that would be that 16 to hit. Roll a d4 as well.
Okay, 16. Yeah, that's gonna
17.
fucking. Why do you get a d4?
Because I'm blessed.
That's to your attack roll, not to damage.
Yeah, 16 to hit, so it's a 17
Oh,
to
I
hit
see what you're
for
saying.
14.
Yeah. Well, these things. Yeah. Okay. So it's you're just yeah. Okay. They're not hard to hit, but sure. And so, as that mote enters, does it take damage?
It does 14 radiant.
14 radiant. Alrighty. So you watch as this thing begins to kind of melt with radiant fire. The ooze from the inside. Got it. And it's
Oh
the
my
one that
God,
Bess
you
is
got
inside
14 radiant on a 4d12.
Oh, that
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
Oof.
1193. Oof.
But fun thing is, it's only a bonus action to send one of those out, and I have 6 more.
Damn. Okay. I'll let you keep track of that. But you watch Bess. You can feel like the rigidity of this thing that you're inside is beginning to loosen a little bit. As it is being torn apart. 6, it's your turn.
Okay. What I would like to do is I have in my let me find it in my inventory here real fast. I have first thing I'm going to do is grab Bess.
Okay.
And try to pull her out.
Okay.
Of the beast.
Make a strength check to yank her out.
Strength check. Boom.
Nat 20 for a 21. Bess, you feel something grab you can't look back, but you feel something grab your left ankle. And you're like, oh God, what now? And then you are hurled out of this thing by 6. And drop and covered in this acid burning ooze. You fall to the floor, and 6 is holding your ankle. Pulled you out. So that is your action.
Right. Bonus action. don't have one right now. That's what I got.
Okay. With that, then Bess, you can use half your movement to get up from prone, and then what are you gonna do?
Wait, can the cubes be prone?
They cannot.
No, I believe
I
they're
didn't
immune to
think
that
so.
condition. Yeah, they're
But
immune
I
to
c-
that condition.
Can you imagine it just turns into a fucking rectangle?
Yeah, just it's crouching.
I would like to try to cast banishment on the one that just had me.
Okay. That's a.
This
This
is
is a
fucking
creature,
angry.
right? They're coming. Yeah, they're okay.
They're technically
it's,
creatures.
Yeah, it's a charisma saving throw.
Okay. That is a 12. So
Yeah, nope, you're gone, bitch.
yeah. So you watch. There's no pop. You know it will be back, but it disappears.
Great. It's gone for now.
Good.
You guys are no longer surrounded.
We should move.
All right, Bess, you still have half your movement if you want to start moving.
Oh yeah, I'll start moving. I'll go to here.
Yep.
I'm gonna be very careful not to run into any more cubes, though. If I
Okay.
can specifically watch out for that, I would really love to.
Okay. It would be an action to make a perception check. And you've already used your action to banish a cube. So,
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at then.
okay, you move forward a little bit and you go, and you look back and wait for the rest of your friends to go first. That brings us to the cubes. This one will...
One of them just doesn't exist.
Yeah. 10, 15, 25, 30. That one can get about that far. This one, 10, 15.
Oh,
can
there's 3.
get this far. And with that, it cannot engulf you because it's used its movement and it can't engulf you by it. So, Alistair, you watch as those 2 pseudopodic tentacle limbs extend from another one behind you. The one you threw a dagger into. Does a 14 hit?
14 is my DC.
Okay, so that hits. Then a 15 does as well. So 2 of those extend out and lash out at you and lash you across the back twice, dealing a total of 27 acid damage as they lash across your back with a sickening gurgling noise.
Yeesh.
Otherwise, Alistair, it's now your turn.
I kind of turn around to it and go, big damage, no whammies. As I cast Frostbite as a cantrip.
Okay.
So 3d6. Yeah, okay, I did roll that.
A
So con save.
All right. A con save. That is a 22.
Okay, it still takes half.
It takes half. Okay. So that is a. Okay.
Hi, kitty.
Does it take half? I thought cantrips don't do half damage on.
It's one of my class features.
Oh, okay. Then right. Then it will take.
Potent cantrip. When a creature succeeds on a save throw against my cantrip, creature takes half the cantrip's damage but suffers no additional effects.
Excellent. Alrighty. So yeah, you frost it over and you watch. It doesn't seem very effective, but it probably didn't like it.
Okay, well then. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm over here now.
Okay. You just move forward a little.
I point at it and go, that stings really bad. I like it best and I go, I'm so sorry.
Bess gives you like
Not
a
pog.
not pog, she says, and you don't know why. Doran, it's your turn.
Well, fun fact about the Crown of Stars, it's not a concentration spell,
Got it.
so I actually can do so much else. First to start, I am going to send a mote, bringing me down from 6 to 5
Okay.
into this fucker.
I mean, you could roll it, but literally, unless you roll on that one. In fact, even technically, if you roll on that one, you're probably going to hit it. So I'm not even going to bother.
Okay, then I roll 4d12.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright,
27.
27. You watch as this moat enters, just slides right into this cube, and with a pulsating, begins to melt it
I
from
don't
the
like the
inside.
imagery that you just gave me.
Okay.
Slides on in and pulsating.
Slides on it and pulsates this cube.
Then, for my
I was
action,
like,
For my actual action,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at it. Actually, I'm gonna go. Are we running?
Probably not a bad idea. But also,
If
what
we
if we
don't
want to
kill
come
them now,
back?
they'll be here when we get back.
Then we're fighting. I will cast Chaos Bolt at it. I am also going to use. Let me see.
This music is fucking good, though.
It is. I'm going to use 1 sorcery point
Okay.
for twin spell to
Okay.
separate them and cast Chaos Bolt.
All right.
Here's hoping, because this spell can now cast technically 4 times.
Jesus Christ. So you split it to hit both of the cubes behind you.
Yes. So first, first run.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just let. Yeah. Okay.
It is 26 to hit with a 6 and a 3, and I'm gonna pick the 3 for fire damage.
Fire damage. Okay.
Or 14 fire damage from the first one.
Okay. You begin to
And,
you burn it more. Yeah.
The second one, it's gonna be a 16 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 1 and a 6. I'm gonna pick the 6 for poison damage. Oh, it's a 1 and a 3 actually. So I'm gonna pick the 3 for fire damage.
Okay. All right. And that's another. How much?
10
10. Alrighty.
for a total of 24 plus 27.
Through a myriad of methods with bolts and moats, Doran begins burning and dissolving the cubes behind you guys. 6, it is your turn.
I would actually move.
Oh, go ahead.
10, 20, and I'd hug the wall.
Yeah.
Does it reveal? Because you said my light helps reveal the area around me and makes them shine.
I will say it will give anyone making a perception check around you advantage on seeing these things.
Okay.
All right, then 6, you rush ahead a little bit.
Yeah, I move up 40 feet, and I pull 2 things from my bag: a potion and a dagger.
Okay. And you have those
that's my
readied.
turn. I have them readied.
Like you're holding the action?
No, I'm ready for next turn.
Okay,
to do
so
what I'm going to do.
you're moving and pulling those out. Okay. Bess.
I'm sorry, real quick. Does the cubes show any indication that a certain type of damage so far has been more effective against them?
So far, there's no indication.
Okay, because we've hit him with cold and fire, and I was just
Correct.
wondering.
Yep. If
Gotcha,
they
thank
they
you.
seem to be particularly potent, I would tell you.
Just want to make sure. Thank you.
Yep.
You only hit it with radiant damage too, and at the same time.
Yep.
Big boy radiant damage.
So, Bess, it's your turn. What you gonna do? I will say
Run?
it is. These 2 are visibly chasing you slowly, but yeah. Okay, you run forward, catch up with 6.
Yeah, I'm not going in front anymore.
Alrighty. Anything else?
I have to keep my concentration to keep the baddie away.
Alrighty.
So no.
Okay. Cube's turn. This one's going to move.
Alistair's about to get dicked again.
And Alistair, you're dicked. You're going to.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. I mean, you get to make a dex saving throw.
Can I use a bonus action?
Not when it's not your turn.
Okay. Can I turn a bonus action into a reaction?
Not unless you have some weird specific thing that allows you to do that.
I don't, but it would be cool if I did.
Okay, you tell me your idea, and it's most likely not going to be allowed, but I'm curious.
Misty Step.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Unfortunately
So
not.
I should have moved farther.
Yep. So make your
That was an
dexterity
Isaac
saving throw.
error. Yeah. Wow, that acid hurts, I say, standing in range from our acid.
Yeah. Wow, that would suck if it happened.
Dex save.
Yep. The 16. That is the number you needed. And so instead, as it comes toward you, you're like, oh, no. You kind of jump out of the way just in time and are pushed 5 feet forward instead.
Does it kind of bounce against me?
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of
Is
weird.
there, like, a
It's kind of funny.
resonic boing?
Yeah, yep. There's a boom,
Perfect.
boom, boom. And you watch it reverberate across it. This one is going to dash 5, 10.
Alistair has a visible smile on his face. He's like, these things are hilarious.
Boom,
I
boom.
don't like them, but they're really funny.
All right. However, it is still going to get 1 pseudopod on you for
Cubes
a
of
natural
hate.
16.
Ouch.
Yeah. Okay. I dropped the dice. We're gonna take
I don't know why you didn't move farther, Doran says.
Me
You're
neither.
going to take 15 acid damage as you bounce off it. You're like, head, ah! As a pseudopod wraps around you and acid burns you. Bringing it to your turn.
Wee. Alright, then. Because I am a bullshit wizard.
You are a bullshit wizard.
Oops.
That's why it's surprising
Oops,
that you weren't the one to
fireball.
help me.
And I already know where this is going. Doran isn't going to take any damage.
Correct.
Alrighty, they get to
Beep.
make a dex save against your DC 17. They're both going to make it. Oh, look at that. They're going to fail.
I'm taking it they don't have a high dex score.
You might be right.
They have a pretty high constitution for what I've seen.
Doran, you watch as the flames wreath around you and wrap around you and protect you, but you can kind of see through the shimmering fire. The first cube behind you just absolutely spill into a puddle.
Dude,
It is
it's super. It's
gone.
fucking bright in here.
It is fucking bright in here. And you watch the other one begin to melt
Alistair
away
puts on his
quite.
sunglasses.
Yeah. You watch the other one melt away quite a bit as well. All right, Doran, it is your turn.
It just melted away quite a bit, but it's not gone.
Not gone.
Well, bonus action. I will use another one of my motes, but I will stop using motes for a little bit.
Okay.
How long can you hold them for?
An hour. This is my 7th level spell. No concentration. 7 motes of just fucking boom.
Sheesh.
I will send one out, and it will do 22 radiant damage.
22. You watch as it is almost dissolved into a puddle. It is basically like a moving puddle with a little bit of like gelatin mass on top, just squirming about.
I go, stop it, you! And I'm gonna just fucking 5. Holy
5.
shit.
With a firebolt, you watch the squirming mass.
3d10. 3d10, and I do 5 damage.
It's basically like a molten puddle with like some bubbles coming out. It is still technically alive,
Your damage rolls,
but
dude.
not really. But it is. Anything else? Did you want to move?
I move
Yeah.
10, 20, 30.
All right, so the party kind of piles up ahead, nobody wanting to go first. With that, 6, it is your turn.
All right. They haven't been moving that far each round. I mean, 6 was gonna do something cool, but all these guys have much more. They do more damage in one hit, and this would take a while. So 6 is recontemplating what it is he was going to do. He puts away the 2 things that he removed and starts moving forward again, but with a really keen eye. He's gonna squint and he's gonna watch for cubes shining in fire, and he's gonna put a hand out. To,
Okay. Then you can
so
move
he-
with your
then
full
he's like-
movement, and you can use your action to make a perception check to check ahead, see if there are any more. And
Okay,
you get
cool.
it. I'll give you
So I will-
advantage because of your proximity to Doran.
Woo, Dorian.
Okay, so I make it there so far,
Okay, let me just go ahead and show that.
and then hugging left, 30, 40, 50. Okay, that's one movement.
Okay.
Can I see down in here?
A little bit. You can see a little bit into there.
It's another passage.
And your perception check.
Please.
You do get advantage because of Doran's bullshit.
What? It's just a 7th level spell.
It's bullshit.
Ugh.
A 12. You don't see anything. You're fairly confident. You don't see anything. You don't see any more of these in your immediate proximity.
All right. I say, or I shout, "It looks clear up ahead.
All right.
There might be a tunnel that connects to the other tunnel."
Tunnel
That's what I
substitution.
say.
Yeah.
And then he
In
takes.
fact,
his,
I'll just give that to you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So basically,
I-
whichever way we would have been fucked by a slime.
Indeed.
You went
Um,
left.
Oh,
and one-
You went
one has
left.
been, like, following us back in here.
No,
anyway.
the coin flipped.
I take I take the
Fuck up.
dagger and the potion back out as well.
Okay. Take those out.
What are you planning?
He hasn't specified the
Hold it
potion. I'm
over.
kind of scared.
Holden actually planned this entire thing out since the moment he introduced the coin. He knew that I would use the coin to pick the left tunnel, and therefore he put all the enemies there.
Wow.
Big brain.
Yeah.
DM.
Not at all. Bess, your turn.
I'm following 6.
All right, so you're just gonna follow closely behind. If you're not gonna do anything else, then you can use your action to also make a perception check to double check, unless you trust him.
Oh yeah, I'd love to double check, please.
All right, you also get advantage because of your proximity to Doran's bullshit. Spell?
Hey, man,
No offense to 6, I just don't want to.
I don't trust him.
Now, okay, not an one. 22. You're quite certain he's right. There's nothing that you can see. Okay, that brings us back to. I was gonna say the cube, but
I
it's more
really
like a
hope I'm not in
molten
the range.
pile.
I don't think I'm in
5,
range.
10, 15, 20.
I hope you are. It'd be funny.
If I move out of range from where I banished the cube,
Yeah.
does that mean the spell ends?
I don't think so. No.
Does this cube have extra fucking legs or something?
No, it dashed.
Fewer
Oh,
legs.
okay.
So it can't attack you, but you watch as this like squirming pile of mostly molten acid is just kind of like rushing toward you as best it can. But it can't do anything else except for its legendary action. Alistair, I need you to... No, I'm kidding. It is your turn, Alistair.
Okay. I have a question about a cantrip.
Okay.
I know it's called Shocking Grasp.
Yes.
Can I put it on my foot?
Isn't Shocking Grasp a ranged spell?
No.
What am I
Lightning
thinking
springs
of?
from your hand to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of the necrotic damage one.
Yeah, you're right.
And it does say hand, so man.
I'd allow it. It's
I wanna
it's
put it
just
on my
flavor.
foot and kick it.
You're gonna kick it with lightning? Okay, you look back and you're like, oh, fuck this bullshit. And you just give it a good kick, and you watch lightning surge all throughout it, and it roils and rumbles and boils, and then collapses into an innate puddle. Inert puddle.
I believe those words are both correct.
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
I think it's inert.
I mean, innately, I guess it is kind of a puddle, but it is an inert puddle at the
I was
moment.
gonna say,
Well, it just became a puddle, so it is not innately a puddle.
You're kind of right. I'll give you that. Okay, with that, you guys seem to... Shut up. Seem to, for the moment, be in the clear.
We'll give it 30 seconds, and then that last one will come back.
Uh-huh.
I would keep moving, but more cautiously, and say, "I'd like to not have this." I point to the glowing things above my head. Be wasteful. So if we're gonna do any fighting, I'd like to do it within the next hour.
You've got another cube coming up.
Well, hopefully we're out of the range of it before it comes back. Let's go.
Let's finish it off.
Okay. I turn. I also go back and go. If I use any more of these, I have to find it. If I lose one more of these, my bright light goes away, and it's only dim light.
I understand.
So I would rather keep these and then get rid of them in a very last-ditch effort, rather than something we can just walk away from.
Best you got like 20
It's gonna
seconds
be
before it
here
comes
when we
back.
get back.
Am I bringing it back now, or are we thinking not so much?
Let's take it out, man.
Give it a second here. 6. I've got a bottle of champagne. Do you want some before I pour it out?
Please.
Okay. Here. Have
Why
as
are you
much as
pouring any
want.
of it out? Thanks.
Because science.
I'll finish the bottle.
Okay, he's gonna take the entire bottle of champagne, and then I take the bottle back from him, and he's mage hand to scoop up some of the acid gooey stuff into the bottle, and I put it away.
Nice. I belch.
Okay. Yeah, you have a champagne bottle full of, or half full of, acid slime.
Sweet.
Cool.
Cap it up.
I'm afraid of what you're gonna do with that. And as you finish,
I am not even sure if it keeps its acid property after it dies.
you could find out by stepping into one of the puddles. But as you finish doing that, the other cube does appear.
I would just unleash a firebolt and do it.
Just a firebolt.
Yeah, just a simple firebolt.
Okay. Yeah, roll it quick.
11.
And it's a puddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to
Now-
test like a little piece of like fabric drop it in there.
You drop it into one of the puddles, and it begins to dissolve. Bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Makes
Nice. It's like a
I believe
weird
this is the only
Molotov
bottle I
cocktail.
have.
I look at Six and go, if you're really being stupid, you have that 18 gold bourbon I bought you.
I'm not going to dump that one out.
Then let's continue forward, please. We have time.
Did I? Hold on. Did I sell the spices? I think I sold the spices.
You did.
Okay.
Let me see if I have another bottle for you.
I start to move forward and looking around because I don't want to waste time.
No problem. I'm just gonna glance
We'll come
quick
back to
here.
these if they're still here.
Sure.
I've got enough
Okay.
for now.
Okay. Away we go, hugging left.
Okay. Go ahead.
No.
I would like to make a perception check as we move forward with my bright lights.
Sure, you can roll it.
Bright lights. Do I get advantage because my proximity to Doran?
No.
I'll take one. I'll do one too, just in
Fuck
case.
you.
Yeah.
I didn't need it.
Okay. As
Moving
you
slowly.
that you guys
hands
are
out.
yeah,
I'm doing one too.
now that you guys are very carefully looking around as you move, as you round the corner, you see this does bend and continue. You don't see anything ahead of you.
Okay.
Onward and forward.
All right.
Kind
I
of
say
like that.
going onward and forward.
I could always send a double forward. It's one of my
Oh.
illusory doubles, but
I'd rather save as much arcane energy for what lies
Yeah.
ahead. I already used a very powerful spell.
How's it? Does anybody else need healing? Is everybody feeling okay, or do we want a little help before we keep going?
Holden with 3 attacks has managed to half my health. So
I haven't taken a single bit of damage.
Okay.
I'm okay
Doran-
for now.
Doran looks himself over. I feel fine, actually.
Good
Everything,
deal. Then I will conserve my energy.
everything's coming up, Doran.
All right. Who's leading the way?
Okay.
It looks
I
like
will-
6 is.
Sixes, I will follow behind for bright light proximity. Hugging the
I don't
wall.
want to be last.
You just get in front of Alistair. You're faster than him.
Alistair will bring it the rear.
You don't, have
Willingly.
to run, you don't have to run faster than the slime. It's just faster than Alistair.
Rude but true.
He's gaining on me. He's gaining on me.
I will wall up for it.
Let's save our arcane energy.
Fuck you.
Why'd you wall it first? Because
So
I
it's
Jason,
funny.
is 6
I
no
haven't-
longer leading?
No, I think six will lead. I will make another perception check asking 6 to fucking stop for a second.
Okay.
Just
DM
look
encouraged
around.
me to-
You already have up to here. You guys are quite certain that much is clear.
I will look ahead and make that perception check.
Where?
Uh,
Like everything
will-
that's visible right now, you've already checked.
I will slowly sneak up to here.
Okay, kind of peek around the corner.
Pixies.
Well, suspicious corner. Okay, yeah, give it a perception check. Yeah,
24.
you're pretty
You
confident
see
nothing's
what you've
there.
done to us, Holden?
I do.
Keep them almost invisible creatures.
As,
Alright, 6.
Doran, as you're like hugging the wall and kind of carefully looking around, 6 kind of just rounds the corner, like, oh, I wonder what's over here.
6. We're going left, right?
Left.
Right.
I wait for 6 to go forward because I
Alright.
got confused. Doran starts looking both ways, like, yeah.
Yeah, as you
All
look
right,
both
what's
ways,
down here? Yeah.
it continues as such.
Blomp.
Okay,
Follow.
When do you want me to make my perception?
whenever you'd like.
Oh. I'll do it now.
Sure, yeah, make it with advantage.
Ooh, baby, a triple.
16. You don't see anything.
All right.
Do you see anything?
All right, you continue.
Fuck. This is why I gave 6 a torch.
Perceiving.
Go ahead. 11.
Great.
You don't think you see anything.
All right. Boom.
You continue to make your way through.
Fucking hell.
And you can see it branches
Proceeding.
again. A 22. You're pretty certain, actually. You stop once more. The party, like, I'd like to imagine you guys, like, move forward 30 feet and stop and look. And move forward. So you round another corner, you stop, and you look real hard. And there's a little glistening right along that line there. You think there's another one ahead.
All right,
Up to here.
let me try something. I say.
Okay, I would let you try something before I just throw fire at it.
I drink a potion of heat metal, and cast it upon the dagger in my hand.
A potion of heat metal?
Mm-hmm. I drink the potion and cast it upon the dagger.
You have a... What is this potion?
I got a long time ago. It was a potion of heat metal.
Did one of the rats brew it?
I think so.
That doesn't sound familiar. Okay. But it's just a potion that allows you to cast heat metal?
Yeah, and I had just copied the entire spell description into the description thing on my inventory.
Interesting. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
And you're going to cast it where, I'm sorry? Into the dagger?
onto the dagger.
Okay, you have a
And I-
white hot dagger.
I throw it at this spot.
Okay. You throw it over. You're not going to miss. Why don't you roll? So it'd be a d4 for the dagger plus your dex. Roll that attack damage.
Okay.
So d4 plus your dex. And I
D4.
yeah.
Whoa! What the fuck? Plus
Move this
5
out of
is
the way so I can
9.
Get this out. Okay, so a 9. And we're also gonna add. So you hurl this white hot dagger at this thing, and he watches it sinks in and punctures it, and slime begins to ooze out.
There, I copied it in there.
Okay, well, okay. With that, I suppose we need to re-roll initiative because it's now going to charge at you guys.
Oh, good.
Good.
When- I thought your idea would be insta-kill worthy, not.
Well,
we
it's
could
still
all-
in there and burning.
Yeah, but I thought it was gonna. But I'm Thorn saying like I thought we could. If otherwise, I would have prepared to do something at the same time.
Well, you know, it's gonna be there for like a minute, burning away. Can I roll the fire damage, or does it not take the fire damage?
Oh, I rolled. You, I just
Oh, you got
rolled
it,
some
that's
because I'm tracking. I'm going to be tracking it turn by turn how much it's doing.
Okay, it was 2 dice.
6.
Just so we're aware.
6. Do you want to
Alright.
roll initiative?
Yes, sorry.
He's opting out of this fight.
No, I don't actually.
You guys have got this. I killed the other ones, even though he
There
didn't.
we go.
Alright.
Alden, did you get my whisper?
Six.
I did now.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Well, that'll be about the time. Maybe
Okay.
sooner. Okay. With that, then, we're beginning with Doran. As you watch this flaming blade go into the gelatinous cube, and it's burning it, but it's pissed it off, and it looks like it's about to start rolling towards you.
Okay, using another sorcery point, I will just do a repeat of my double chaos bolt
Okay.
at the same target. First one, 3 and a 2. I'm gonna do the 3 for fire damage.
All right.
The second one,
Burning away some more.
a 3 and a 7.
I wonder what you're going to do.
The 3 for fire damage. I don't know
Alrighty.
if it will take the psychic damage, so I'm not gonna fuck with it.
Anything else for your turn?
Just and I'll go "Ah," and back up.
Okay, you start to back up, and then it is its turn. 5, 10, 15.
Oh, thank God I'm not in
20.
front. Sorry, 6.
Not quite. It can't quite engulf 6, but it can throw a couple of pseudopods at him.
Pseudoephedrines.
The first one's a 22, which I believe hits. Yep. The second one is only a 12, so you're just gonna get 1 acid smack from it, for a total of 13 acid damage. And that's its turn. Bess. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna back up,
Fair play.
and that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, you just go, nope, 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 nope. Alistair, you watch Six get acid smacked.
Hmm. It doesn't have blood, does it?
I mean, it oozes acid when it gets damaged. Oh, and it's gonna be on Six's turn. It'll take more fire damage. It oozes acid.
So if I were to use Blood Bridge, I would basically be injecting myself with acid. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'd be kind of metal though.
I enjoy living.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do another level 3 ice knife.
Okay.
Voice knife.
Sure thing. And for the inescapable pop, okay. That's gonna be 32. And with that, unless Alistair has anything else, Six, it is your turn.
I back the fuck up.
You back the fuck up, yeah.
All right. The dagger burns another 2d8.
Yes, it does.
Would you mind rolling that there for me?
Yeah, I will go ahead. You watch with a bit of satisfaction as it. Oh. You watch with a bit of satisfaction as it's kind of reeling to throw some more pseudopods at you, and it just collapses into a puddle as the knife inside it burns it away.
Nobody touch that, I say at the white hot knife.
Yeah.
Did you get max damage?
I don't know. Maybe.
It was very close, and you. That's why I didn't change the music. I figured this would be a quick because it's just one. Yeah. All right.
Alright, well,
With that out
I'm
of the
gonna
way,
gently step around the puddle.
you're like against the wall. Nope. Sure.
I follow suit
Okay.
and clean up and go. This way's left, right?
Just.
I'm gonna go up to here, take a peek.
Okay. You peek around the
Roll
corner.
Perception.
Go for it.
You got some fucked things in your basement, bruv.
All right. With a 20, you don't see anything up ahead, nor to
What
your
about to the other way?
nor
Yeah.
to the other side. Nothing. But it does appear that the cavern opens up quite a bit.
Six, guide us.
Dennis?
I forget which way is left.
I can help you with that. I need to resize the map window though because I can't see it. Okay, there we go. Ah, it's this way, Doran.
I draw an arrow.
All right. You guys are going to continue that way?
Yep.
Very good.
All right.
Then
Moving this over here.
Yep.
Cool.
You continue into this cavern that opens up. There we are. And it seems to, much like the last place, open up into a large empty cavern and then narrow back down into a smaller tunnel.
I think
Okay.
this one's more suspicious than the other one. And not just map change.
Quite possibly.
How long have we been in the tunnel?
Oh, by this point, maybe like 40 minutes.
Okay.
I throw down a perception check as I look into. It's not a very good one, but I look into the cavern and
You don't
if I
see
can
anything suspicious.
hanging around.
Yeah, you don't see it. It seems to be an empty white cavern.
Okay. And how far does it go off the map here?
It extends. This cave. It's probably got a diameter of like 80 feet. So
Okay.
rather large cave, but then after about that, it narrows back down into that familiar narrow tunnel again.
Do we run for it?
Maybe we should be slightly more careful. The last time we ran blindly or walked blindly, we walked into acid.
I didn't walk into acid. I look at Beth.
Some of us did.
That's
say.
still a little singed.
Give her a little smile. Woo, people. All right, Six. I look at myself, who has not been touched, and go. I think you should lead the way.
Okay. Here we go. Well, kind of plump, plop, plop. I'm kind of away from the walls.
Yep.
Hug
Not-
the wall.
I'm not headed directly toward like the center, but I was just gonna give the wall a bit of a berth, and then I start heading this way to keep the wall at the left.
All
I
right.
pick up a rock and just kind of throw it.
Nothing.
There's
So
no noise.
No, dead silent. What the fuck's going on? You try to speak,
Uh,
but nothing comes out. No, there's.
If we just throw rocks everywhere, eventually they'll either hit our targets or show us the way to go without walking into another one.
Good call.
All right. So one way or another, you guys carefully traverse across this little cave and make your way to the narrow passage at the other
Yep.
end. Now, as you
Looking at the ceiling specifically, do I happen to see anything? I just want to make sure we're not like walking under 180 bats that we haven't noticed.
As you look up and notice the entire ceiling made up of slime, no, it seems to be clear.
Okay.
But as you continue through this cave and make your way into this other narrow tunnel, I would like a marching order.
I would like to be second in line.
Okay.
I want to
Six will
be
take
third.
first.
I shall bring up the rear.
You said rear.
Damn straight.
Okay.
I would also have liked to grab as many rocks as possible.
You have a small collection of white rocks.
We're in a cave. Where are you going to find rocks?
And I would like to hand him to Six every now and then, just like I'm carrying his rocks and I'm the caddy.
Trey's agreeing about picking up rocks.
Six tries to get good at skipping the rocks, essentially, but skipping them down, as far as he can go.
All right. As you guys, as you continue past the slime-infested tunnel network, slowly but surely the stinging scent and white walls begin to fade. Back, the stone returns to like that familiar dull gray very slowly, accompanied by the sounds of as Six practices tossing rocks. You walk for another 15 minutes or so without incident. Eventually, the torches at this point would go out, but you still have Doran's light and Bess's. I assume she can easily cast her cantrip once again. So with Doran and Bess's magic, you can still see just fine. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do that during that time as you walk?
Just being careful and keeping an eye out for anything that might be deadly or interesting.
Okay.
I'd like to pick up one of the rocks as we go along that Six through, and pull out my bottle of acid and put a little bit of acid on the rock and see if it eats away at it.
Very slowly, but you can tell, yeah, it would.
Bess, is light a cantrip?
What?
Is light a cantrip?
Yes.
No, Light's the commander.
No, the commander's the queen.
Oh no, the queen is the murderer. I don't know. Could you cast light on one of these rocks? And that's the one I'll concentrate on skipping. I will skip the rock with the light, and then we will catch up to it because we'll know there's nothing between us and that light, and then I will continue.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
For sure.
So you're just over and over kind of skipping, tossing this glowing rock as you go through this cavern.
I ask that you don't refer to it as a glowing rock.
All right.
It's a
I'm
thing
so
of
sorry.
faith.
That was very insensitive of me.
Cultural appropriation,
That's
Holden.
very insensitive. I
For the
apologize.
religion you created.
Correct. All right. Well, yeah, pretty much. As you continue, you begin to notice. Actually, at first you wouldn't notice it the way I wrote it. You would notice as you're tossing this rock ahead, there's little granules on the ground.
Sand?
It appears to be sand. And at first it's just like little dustings here and there, but as you continue, there's this thin layer of sand that slowly builds up ahead of you. And as you continue, that thin layer gradually builds to an unknown depth until you're walking on sand.
I don't like that. Where the fucking Direwood is there sand? I asked everyone because I have no fucking clue because Doran's not from here.
We have quite the beach scene.
Oh yeah, totally. And everybody there plays volleyball.
Volleyball is one of the most popular sports in Direwood. But as the cave floor is
Oh.
gradually replaced by sand. You also begin to notice strange pock marks in the walls. Small, like little small punctures. Holes maybe like an inch in diameter.
If
They
you
just
have
kind of spread out.
trypophobia, don't look at those walls.
I don't like this, if I'm going to be honest.
What is it, Dorn?
Do you think
I-
there's spiders?
I think things might be worse than spiders in this tunnel. But maybe. Spiders do exist in the world.
Spiders do exist.
Yeah.
Do I see any of the normal telltale of spiders, webs?
Make a perception check.
I can do that for you, Dad.
Thanks, son.
Is today Alex's birthday?
So
It
It
is.
is.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I texted him,
It's
called
not
it a
on-
mix.
I saw it on Facebook, but his Snapchat didn't have the little birthday icon, so...
All right, 22. With a 22, you look around. You don't see any. You don't see any spider webs. You don't see any signs of spiders, or at least certainly not extra large ones as you've seen before. But
That
these
wasn't ominous.
holes are as you're kind of examining, like maybe the spiders are living in these holes. They don't appear to be. They're like rather rounded, about an inch in diameter, and maybe go like 3 inches deep each. And they're in rows of 4.
Blasting holes?
Mmm.
Like a pitchfork.
I'd like to look on the other wall.
Sure.
Are the
They're
same
there as
holes?
well. Yep.
Can I look into the holes on one of the sides?
Yeah.
Just wall?
Yeah, it seems to be maybe a few inches deep if you shine a light into it.
No spikes that would fit into the holes on the other side?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
It looks more like spikes were pushed in to make these holes.
Six looks at the floor and the ceiling around the area. Are there any sort of scorch marks or anything that would reveal there was an explosion or something like that here?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies about this area.
Wait, let's move on then and pretend it didn't happen.
Okay.
It's about to get worse. As you advance, a dim, flickering light can be seen in the tunnel ahead. It curves at one point, almost like a torchlight or a candlelight or a fire. And it appears to be rather consistent. It seems as though somehow whatever is ahead of you is lit up rather evenly by fire somehow. Is there
If I
anything you'd like to
mentioned
do before you proceed into that?
Double before.
This time I am going to agree with you.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Mislead.
Okay. And you just send it forward, like into the area?
Hold on. So, I'm gonna sit on the floor, kind of to the corner there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say, I'm right here, I'm gonna be invisible, but I'm gonna be right here. And then cast that. So then there's gonna be an illusory double in front of me, and then I could basically act as if I'm the illusory double.
Right. And you can see through it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you send that forward.
I can see through its eyes and hear through its ears.
Got it. Let me do
Can you
this.
smell?
I don't think I can.
Whack.
then. Alistair, I will bring you to the map, and this is what you will see.
Well,
Before
you,
you,
can just give one person the map.
no,
Oh,
but I
okay,
just
was like, wait,
took
that's
everyone else's
epic.
tokens off for a moment. What you see before you is a large sandy cavern with walls that appear to have been blasted apart, torches affixed into the stone walls, and a menagerie of what appears to be gargoyle statues pointed in all different directions.
Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
We've dealt with statues before.
This doesn't look very kosher.
I'm gonna kind of stand him off to the side here.
Yeah.
And flip back to Alistair, just switching my senses back, and relay that to the party.
What do the gargoyles look like?
This is important details. They appear to be devilish creatures, large bat-like wings with horns out of their heads. The most interesting thing, they're about humanoid size, like large humans, maybe like Sam's size each. They appear to have, all of them, different colored, glowing eyes. You see red, purple, green, blue, just a rainbow of each of them. So like one gargoyle will have two blue eyes, the other will have two red eyes.
Same color is not repeated other than in its own other eye.
Correct.
How many different kinds of magic damage are there?
How would you guys like to proceed?
The question.
I'm gonna ask, do you guys want me to continue on? I do. Do I see this kind of exit over here?
Yeah, you can see that.
I do see an exit. None of them are moving. I can go towards the exit.
Go towards the exit, see if they activate. If they don't, and they might know it's illusion, we can just hope that they don't have true sight, and that we can go invisible.
I'm going to make my way through.
I do need to see your exact path here.
I'll go square by square.
Okay, it is about at that point
Uh-oh.
that this one before you, let me do this quick. It's gone.
Vanishes.
No. It jumps down from its pedestal and lashes out. It glides over and starts lashing with large claws at your illusion, which it obviously does nothing to. And you can see there's a weird, like, it's made of stone, so there's a weird grinding noise as it moves about and as its wings flap, but it opens its mouth after a few swings, and all of you can hear as it seems to be upset that it cannot hit whatever this is, and it sits there kind of like circling your illusion now, swiping at it now and then trying to figure out what's going on.
Is this what it... Never mind. How tall did you say the pedestals were?
The pedestals are just like, they're pretty flat. They're maybe a few inches tall, but the gargoyles themselves are still like Sam's size, like large humanoid.
Okay, well, me being an illusion can't get harmed by that, so I kind of look at it and I'm
so
like,
right now it's just
well,
circling you angrily.
Why are you so mad, sir? Flip back to my other senses real quick, and then quietly, now that one of them activated, I don't know how far away my double is from me.
You've sent your double maybe like 60 feet ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna very quietly say one of them activated. It is currently attacking the illusory double and is very pissed off that it can't.
Yeah, you all heard.
What color are its eyes?
This one's eyes are red.
Red.
Red eyes.
What this tells me, is that they aren't. They're not able to see through illusions. Which means we could just all go invisible.
Let me see what's on the other side of this entryway first.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just keep walking. And it seems kind of pissed off that you're doing so, and so it's like smacking at you and following you.
As if I turn around and I just hold up a hand and go, just wait your turn, damn it.
Rah!
Rah! So from here, can I see what's down there?
Yeah, a little bit. Let me show you. You can see approximately like this much, maybe. You can kind of see over here as well. More statues, more torches, but an odd or like yellow glow coming from something off to the side, like a golden glow.
Now, the double lasts the duration, so I could go as far as I can in an hour with this.
Yeah. And this thing, at this point, you look back at the at the gargoyle statue, and it's not even swiping at you anymore. There's a sound as its brows furrow, and it's just looking at you confused and kind of angry, and just it almost seems like it's like trying to figure you out.
Let's see. I'd like to speak in Draconic.
Okay.
And ask it why it's so angry. I don't know if it speaks Draconic, but
you speak at it, and as you start talking, it kind of like it swipes at you again. Doesn't seem to understand what you're saying.
I'm gonna
Draconic.
try Dwarvish then too.
This time it doesn't swipe. It kind of reels back like it's going to, but you're just making sounds at it, and so it's got like a massive clawback ready to claw at you, but it's no, and it kind of leans forward cautiously and bites at your nose. There's nothing, so it just reels back, real confused again.
So did it understand or not?
Make an insight check actually. It does seem to be kind of registering language. Like it seems to be paying more attention, like it's hesitating when you speak, but it definitely doesn't understand you.
Okay, cool. I was thinking if they're actually statues made by someone, probably dwarves.
Keep speaking to it.
Yeah, I could go through my other languages, but that would take a little bit. Okay, then... There's another room. I'm gonna flip back. There's another room, a big glowy yellow light. I'm gonna check it out.
Do it.
This gargoyle is very confused at speech. And why it can't kill me. It's actually kind of funny. Flip back to my loser double. I'm gonna go... Nobody else is there to see it, but embarrassingly, he tries to grab the torch off the wall, and his hand goes right through it, and he's like, oh yeah. So then he's gonna come back down here.
Okay. As you move forward, actually, you notice, like, these are heavy stone creatures, so there's a as it's following you. Once you pass that kind of precipice of that room, it stops, goes back, and resumes its post.
Interesting.
It was approximately there.
Well, now that I know that if we all take that path, only one of them activates.
Mm-hmm. But as you continue, you reveal a bit more of the room here. In fact, I'll kind of just... Yeah. You can see...
Where's the king gargoyle, is the real question.
There's another golden glow coming from what appears to be like a little offshoot to this cavern. And you can mostly see the rest of the room here, including several gargoyles standing before what appears to be a gargoyle. What appears to be a larger tunnel leading a different direction.
I'm gonna come down here, not so I'm in line of sight of this guy. So I'm a bit above it, kind of at the torch area, and see if I can see
It's
what's
like
over here.
hugging the wall as best you can.
Yeah.
Sure. You can see... Oh, that's the wrong tool. You can see... Whatever the golden globe appears to be coming from yet another very cramped, tiny tunnel leading elsewhere.
Okay, well then I'm gonna step in front of the gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
Does it activate?
Not at all.
Hey. Nothing?
Nothing.
Cheese appears on the floor.
Yep. I wonder how that happened.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go past it a little.
Okay. Okay. As you move, like, kind of approximately into this space, this one now... Oh, whoops. My mistake. Sorry, I'm dealing with weird stuff. Nope, wrong thing.
The entire floor starts moving.
That would be... Now, that would be cool. You see it now, like, when I accidentally shift the map, that's actually something mechanically happening. That's not ideal. This one activates, and similarly... And then lunges towards you and goes through the same motions as the last one, pretty much swiping at you maniacally and freaking out, and then getting confused when it can't hurt you.
Stop.
And you speak to
I
it,
know
and
it can't
it's,
understand,
yeah,
but-
it's still swiping, and it seems to register language, and it kind of swipes. This one has blue eyes, and it seems a bit more aggressive. It's still just like biting and swiping at you and seeming really angry at your presence.
I'm going to walk back then.
Mm-hmm. And it follows, and it keeps swiping at you until you reach about there, where it stops. It goes back.
Okay, good to know.
What
Flip
color
back.
are that one's eyes, Alistair?
Blue. There's another room with another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. Two very glowy tunnels. One of them's more cramped than the other. I can keep going. Otherwise, there's a safe zone between the two gargoyle rooms where they will all kind of like lose priority on you and go
Well-
back to what they're doing.
The question is, how smart do they see?
They don't understand 3 languages that I've tried, and they don't have the ability to comprehend that they're not actually hitting anything.
Because what we could do is I could turn us all invisible, and you could just activate as many as you can with your illusory double, and we could just fucking walk. they would be attacking the doubles. We have no fear.
Yeah, if you guys want to start coming invisibly, I guess I could lead you through. I know a path for the first one where only one of them will activate.
I will grab Alistair's hand.
Cute.
Oh, I will bring. Okay, I'm gonna bring my double back.
Can you? Oh,
Well, actually, first, do you guys want me to explore one of those shiny tunnels just to see what's down there?
I'd like to know what the brightness is.
Okay.
How much time do you have before your spell ends?
How long has it been?
You've been exploring this for like 5 minutes.
Okay, I've got an hour. I've still got 55
Okay,
minutes.
then yeah, it's just yeah, go explore more, and then we will worry about it. Because once I turn us invisible, we do have a time limit. I'm assuming at this point my 7th level spell has faded.
Depending on the it's been
An
about
hour.
like half an hour. An hour? I think you'd still have it actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk down here, completely ignore this fucking gargoyle.
Yeah, and again, it lashes out and starts attacking you. But
Man.
here's the thing: you notice like there's a moment of recognition, like it remembers you. It's like this fucking guy, and it seems to get really pissed and starts like smacking the ground around you and getting really just upset at your presence.
I'd point my illusory cane at it and just shut the fuck up. Then I'll come down here.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to squeeze through there?
Just barely. Like you gotta like go sideways like the whole way through it.
Yeah.
But as you kind of peer in, you can see it does open up.
Is the other end of the tunnel glowing?
Yes, that's just
okay.
an effect
was
I
like,
put there to
why-
mark it. The entire room is glowing. Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll squeeze my way through.
Yeah, you squeeze your way through, and what you find is a strange glowing campfire. It's like it's a stone-lined campfire that's still burning, glowing a little more than you think it should. Behind it, a pile of gold, a chest, and another gargoyle statue.
Neat. I'll relay that to the group real quick.
All right, so we don't care about that one.
It's very narrow. I could barely fit through it.
Head to the bigger glowy one.
Yeah, I'll go back over.
We're not interested in.
Just hold on. I'm gonna go across this line of tiles, just straight to the other side.
Okay. Just all the way
So-
over?
Whichever
Okay.
gargoyles that activates, I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'll show you because you're going across. This one comes out with yellow eyes, very upset, swiping at you, but seems to kind of give up the chase sooner. It seems perhaps a bit smarter than the others. It kind of says, "Ah, fuck this." And this one, also with green eyes, begins swiping at you. This one also quite angry, and basically swiping at you until the moment you like actually squeeze into here.
Did they seem to talk to each other or give any recognition to the other gargoyles?
The gargoyles are all staring. They're like, "What the fuck?"
No, they mostly just screech at you with that like horrific metallic
Yeah.
screech.
Alistair's ears are kind of like, "Ouch."
But you can see
He just
this
shuts off
actually
his
winds
ears
around.
every now
Illusory ears. Yeah, I guess I could do that. All right. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
and then give it penis.
Yeah, this one is moderately more comfortable to walk through. Yep, and you
Around the
can-
bend.
Yep.
Still going.
Yep. Until eventually you come upon another gargoyle, another chest, and another pile of gold.
No campfire in this one.
No campfire in this one.
Both shiny entrances lead to a pile of gold, a chest, and a gargoyle, but there's one exit out of the room. I'm gonna try that, then I'll come back.
Can you tell where the glow is coming from? In
The
that
glow
one?
is the glow is coming from like the entire room.
Interesting.
I can probably represent that a little better.
You could,
No, it's okay.
but it's perfect
I
how it is.
initially thought it was coming from the fire on the other one, so I wanted to confirm.
Alright, so I'm going to hop back into the same row, so I'm following the same path.
Yep, and you anger the same ones and they react the same way.
And then I'm gonna go down from here.
Okay.
Now I'm assuming past this threshold here, they all do activate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then eventually you do find what appears it widens up a bit, and looking down this passage, it appears to be the way forward, or the only way forward other than back.
Okay.
All right. So we have our plan.
Then
Go for
I'm
the
going to switch back. Are we completely ignoring the rooms of gold?
I see no point.
I don't think we should risk it.
There's things in those chests, though, guys.
There
What if-
certainly are, and honestly, I'm intrigued, but at the same time, I enjoy living.
I think we should go about our business of trying to figure out where these.
We know they're down here. We can always come back.
Correct.
That's what we said about the dragon.
Okay, 6. I just used one of my strongest
The
spells.
what?
And that's a lot of gargoyles. And I'm assuming that the ones within the chambers are going to be stronger.
The ones in the chambers are actually there because they can't fight. They're just like puppy dog gargoyles. Alright,
So-
then I'm gonna make my way back.
Do the
I'm gonna
colors of the
follow.
eyes in the second room repeat? As in, there are 9 gargoyles in each room. Is there like a blue gargoyle, a red gargoyle, a green gargoyle in each room?
Yes.
Okay.
Did the ones in the individual treasure rooms have different eye colors?
Those ones do not have glowing eyes.
That scares me even more.
Okay.
They're just regular statues. We
I'm
could
gonna
just-
make my way up. Hold on, I'm gonna take a specific path.
I mean, okay. Yeah, you can kind of retracing your steps, kind of follow around the sort of field of view as you perceive it as of these gargoyles that you pissed off, and make your way back without pissing any of them off.
Oh, so I can actually go through without triggering any of them?
Pretty much, yeah. Now that you know where most of them are, yeah.
Oh. Fucking mint. Okay, well, I'm gonna flip back real quick and say I know a path through the second one where I just actually don't trigger any of them. So,
Well, we have enough time that on your illusory double, we could also just set them all off. But we will follow that
Yeah.
double anyway at a decent distance because you said they were attacking around you, not just you.
they were swiping mostly at my double. Did they
Uh,
really
hope-
do any... Yeah, I don't think it...
Did any of them swing or just around him?
I don't think so. I think they were all attacking my double.
That is basically the path you understand, where you won't activate any of them based on your scouting here.
Fucking neat. Alright. Well, I'll have my double make its way back. Oops, I double-clicked. Don't double-click your character, or else it'll bring up a whole new menu.
So, you guys now have a good lay of the land. Before we end tonight's session, how are you going to do this?
I will turn us all invisible.
Okay.
I don't even think we have to be invisible for this, but it's a good precaution to take.
Yep. I will turn us all invisible, which will drop my level 7 spell.
Yep.
But
It was ending
what-
soonish anyway.
yeah, so, and we will lock arms in arms. I think it'll be our arms in arms to illusion, and I think our path. How do we? Doran wants to be in the middle, but we should all be touching each other in a path.
Alistair needs to be in the middle, because he's still invisible.
Yes. Oh, I
So-
don't have to make you invisible, right? I'm gonna undercast that to level 4 then, so I
Nice.
don't have to make you invisible as well.
So I'll flip back to invisible
Wait.
Alistair and stand up.
Yep.
And then I will kind of be like, okay, I need to be in the middle. If 2 of you hold my hands when I'm using my double, I'm blinded and deafened.
I'll bring up the rear.
Okay.
Do you want to lead then, 6?
Absolutely.
Okay, we lock arms then, and I cast it at level 4
Mm-hmm.
instead of 5, which saves me a decent chunk of magic.
Yeah.
And I steer us toward the chests.
I would say follow the double, because it will lead us in the path that Alistair has deemed best.
Okay. You guys.
So I'm gonna, put a second Alistair
Can do
there.
this.
As much as you hate it,
Oh, I can. Where would you like that one
just
to be?
don't like right there.
Yeah, he's just there.
Kind of lead him.
I'll just give him like a little symbol. Okay, so basically you guys invisibly follow the illusory Alistair down a path he has deemed won't activate any of them. And you're not stopping at any of the chests, you're just heading right to the exit?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 6 maybe like tugs in one direction, everyone's like, no! And keeps the chain going.
As we're passing, I kind of have the double pulls out his can to the red-eyed one.
Mm-hmm.
Shelly.
Names it Shelly.
So
Shelly.
Are
kind of
are
continues.
any of them making noise? The
So
gargoyles? No.
in their current states, no.
Okay.
But you guys follow the kind of weird winding path Alistair has set for you. Make your way to the exit at the other side here, and you're through.
The path disappeared. I have no idea where we are. As we pass the blue one, I look at him and I go, Mark.
Why
Excellent.
must you name things?
Why must you not
Next
name
one,
things?
Steve.
No one sees, but I look forlornly back toward the glowies.
Are you saying these names out loud?
Yes.
Okay. All right. With that, then, you guys have circumvented this room pretty much with zero bloodshed. And before we move on, that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
As we
Well
go
done.
through, once everybody's through, I'm gonna send my double back
Mm-hmm.
and go back to Shelly since it was the first one I activated.
Who activates and just starts kind of getting pissed, but then kind of recognizes you and just gets like, at this point, just like mopey, like, what the fuck?
I look at it and I go like this, and I go, and then I disappear.
You all hear a behind you as you pass through the cavern and
Is it
continue your
language?
journey. No, it is a screech.
Dang.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I forgot Six knows every language.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, is it language? I know it. Yeah, but yeah, congratulations on completely circumventing that room. You guys
But
moving
they're
on from
shiny.
there, perhaps to return, perhaps not. Moving on from there
Probably
is where
not.
we are going to end for tonight.
Neat.
I was told we could come back.
Holy shit, I was useful.